name is Pup, and I am a pup. I don't really think that there's anyone else like me that I've ever seen before, unless I turn into someone that I've seen before. So I grew up in the Pottenshire Forest with my family, and my family is this really, really awesome pack of wolves, and I love them so much. And we grew up in a cave together, and we would play games and climb trees, and we'd go like hunting and stuff. And one of my favorite things to do would be to watch all the people that went through the forest among their daily travels and stuff to see what they would say and what they look like and stuff. And whenever they dropped anything that was really cool or shiny, I'd pick it up and collect it. So now I have a whole collection of really cool and shiny things. But I think that's pretty much all there is about me. I just grew up in the forest with my family, and now I have a whole brand new group of friends. I've never had friends before, and I'm so excited to go on this adventure with them. I've never been in a city before. This is so big. I'm freaking
out.
That's brilliant.
Welcome everyone to MinusOneCHarisma, Aventide. It's been a while since we've streamed, 2 weeks to be exact, and we're excited to be back.
So here it is. Rezik was hallucinating, holding on to some invisible child's hand. I gotta say, it's not a great look. You ever seen a glass cannon go mad? Ever seen someone that can bend reality and pull fire from thin air lose their ability to tell friend from foe? I have, and it's not pretty. So we needed out, and we needed it fast. We used debris to cover the steam floor and charged through. Got a couple burns, a couple bites from those shellbacks, nothing too bad. But the bad wasn't far off. We got to some sort of throne room, all torches and columns. Didn't get more than a few yards into the room before it struck, though. Some huge caterpillar thing, stubby legs, huge teeth, and razor-sharp arms, with enough reach to keep us moving. We get it surrounded, wearing it down when Pup's out. I drag her back from the line. She's only paralyzed. The rest of the team steps up, including Fitz, who decides to finally grow a pair. That's bad timing. He's down. Really down. Arm off his body down. I let the team do the work and keep the monster moving and off balance. Distract, attack, react, wear it down, keep it busy. I start to sew Fitz up. It's ugly work. I gotta hollow the wound to get the skin to close. Someone gives us cover. Fake rubble to hide us, just like the good old days. And then it goes sideways. Again. The monster's flying now. It sprouted wings and it's letting off a noxious gas. The force throws Fitz and me out of the room. I'm still working, still sewing. I tell the kid to hold on, but he's not listening. He's dying. The fight continues without me, and from the sound of it, they might be winning. Surround, distract, destroy. By the time I have Fitz straightened out, the fight's basically over. Trust is open at the throat, though. More work for the needle and knife. She'll live, but her singing days may be over. That's a shame. She had a nice voice. Not sure who killed the thing, but it's dead. That leaves us in a room with no exit and hell behind us. Then one of us sits on the throne and they're gone. No time to sit around asking questions, we follow. One by one, the throne swallows us up. I go last with Fitz unconscious on my lap. At the bottom, I find a bunch of kids playing snake and scare. Any number of things could have been down there waiting in ambush. It's idiotic. Something was waiting, though. The Bourgeois. 9 feet tall, made of bodies stitched together, ancient and reeking of the smoke from core. I've seen core addicts before, and this one was no different, just worse. Core hollows you out from the inside, scoops out your body's ability to live. It cores you, leaving only a husk. In the short term, though, you get scary powerful. This thing was harvesting bodies to replace what it burned out. High as a kite, and it wanted to make a deal. Memories for missing memories. No real choice but to make that deal. I don't know what anyone else saw, but whatever this thing showed me made very little sense. A body on a table, a ring of salt, and the general. Just madness. Whatever they saw, the group was shaken too. So, as we're pointed at the pit, and some thing called hoaxes, a dream scribe, whatever the blood-burned earth that means. Probably nothing good. So now we rescue our friends that are trapped there and deal with this hoaxes entity. It's gonna be a great day.
I want to play Max Payne so bad now.
Yeah. Like, Cullen, you sounded like a really cool like detective right now, and like a
Yeah.
That was
No,
sick. That was sick.
I know. I like that. Whatever in the blazed blood earth it was. Blood
What was
burned earth.
that thing? Evade,
Are we-
attack. I like
Oh.
Well, her singing
Keep
days
it
might
easy,
be
keep it
over.
easy.
Opened its throat. The needle and the knife.
So dumb.
I love it.
So you guys are sitting there. You just looked into this crystal ball, and in this crystal ball, you saw a reflection of something inside of you. Whether it's what you're hoping for, what you dare not hope is true. All kinds of different things, and you're now there in that cathedral filled with those paintings of the children and the pews with bodies all lying dormant. And then every once in a while you see an attendant with a bowl of water just dabbing the foreheads of the different people laying there. And in front of you again that 9 foot tall but crooked with one arm longer than the other, the eye that wasn't his until moments before, just little puffs of steam coming out of the different bandages that are old bandages that have been just browned from the human juices that have flown out over the time. Remember you had talked about how Hoaxus, this dream scribe, can steal people's memories. Cornelia had just experienced it, not even like having that blank in your memory, just on the tip of your consciousness. You know that you can't remember something, which is that nagging feeling. And he says the same thing happened with him and his family, and he's willing to help you if you help him. And he kind of looks at all of you. Well, if you want to get your friends back, there are a number of very complicated things we must work through. First off, if you even to step foot into the pits, Hoaxes would definitely know you're there. So that might be the first thing we'd have to take care of. What to do? Maybe we can crush 2 birds with 1 stone. Do you know Omara Vasquez, the Viceroy of King City, sitting tall and pretty? Although not for everyone. You see, King City used to be mine. I control with information and such, and yet, with some not so anonymous donors, she has taken her place as the Viceroy. Although she works for the Alistar Corporation. Are you aware of the Alistars? One of the princely families? I believe you've met the Edenbows. I can smell them upon you. But the Alistars, they have recently come into some wealth, and they've recently made some moves in the city that not all are happy about, me included. This Omara Vasquez has a pendant that blocks even the strongest of eyes, such as mine, from seeing. He pulls out the orb and he holds it in front of you, and you can see King City from a bird's eye view, and just there's this weird clearish black blurry mess, this void right where those of you who have been in the city know the Viceroy Hall for King City is right there. There's just this void where it should be. And as you're staring at it, you see these 2 demi-humans walking, both in these big cloaks, and they walk kind of to the precipice of this this circular void, and they look around, and you can actually see one of them looks very familiar. He's got this eagle-adorned helmet that you guys have seen a couple times now, and you notice it's Calic. Calic is standing just a step behind a woman, a tall woman in kind of these thick armor with banded plates. And when you kind of peer around, you see like she's in these red silks, and the red silks are covering most of her face, and she's got these two just giant ocean eyes, and they peer out like the color of you would liken it to like a freshly poured whiskey. They've got almost like they almost waver like a liquid. They get a little darker, a little lighter with that golden hue. And right on her back, she has this ornate, decorated halberd. And it's got these petals kind of etched into the blade as like spikes to help rending enemies when it hits. And you see kind of she's standing and Calic is kind of standing purposefully in her shadow, head just bowed ever so slightly. She looks to Calic and she says something you can't really hear. This is just visual. She says something and snaps her fingers, and he bows and he heads off down south, and then she just walks into this void and disappears. And then after that, the crystal goes dark with this gray hue, and it pulls you back, and he says, the Ember Rose. That is someone else. That is the other thing we need to figure out. She is the warden of the pits, also working for the Alistar Corporation. And let me tell you, the 6 of you alone would not stand one shred of a chance against someone of her caliber. If she is to be waiting for you, you'll need a plan to deal with her as well. But first off, I think the bigger problem would be this blinding amulet. This amulet of unseen eyes. Omara keeps it on her person at all times. I, for one, have not seen her in many ages. If you were to procure this pendant, I'm told it's a golden pendant with a blood-red ruby. Well, maybe then you could sneak into the pits unseen, by hoaxes at least. I think that would be a great place to start. And if you were to end Omara's tenure as Viceroy early, well, that would free up my agents, my little angels, to help you even more. And there might be a small reward in it, just because I'd love to watch her bleed to death. What do you say? It could be fun. It could be very fun.
Wait, so we're not just taking her pretty shiny, we're also making her die?
Well, I mean, that's up to you. But if she was removed, her agents, they couldn't thwart me, and that would free up my angels to help you. You see, it's been very difficult for me lately. She has a web of spies that move throughout the city, thwarting me, keeping my eyes from seeing and collecting information. And as you know, I sell information. So if I have nothing to sell, well, I can't be of use to anyone.
I don't remember who's Calic. I don't have anything in my notes about Calic.
Calic was the original guy who caught you on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
And he had that eagle-adorned helm, and he had the whip that he was beating people with, yeah. And he threw that weird purple steam bomb that just made everyone sick.
I wasn't there, which is why I don't remember. Thank you.
Oh yes, that's true. Yeah.
Got it. Thank you.
So, what say you?
You said it's a pendant? That
Yes,
implies it's
pendant.
around her neck?
Well, I would assume so. I don't really know. It could be anywhere in that vicinity.
Does it ever move?
It does. It does. It moves wherever she moves.
So we can
I have
assume it's
eyes.
being on.
Well, that's what I think.
Okay.
But what do I know? I don't ever leave my home. A bit of an agoraphobe of sorts.
Funny thing to say for a guy that's actually got other people making him up.
What does agoraphobe mean?
Means he doesn't like to take showers.
Oh. Wait, am I an agoraphobe?
Are you?
As you guys are
I
kind
might
of
be.
laying there, you kind of hear this grunt coming from just behind you, and you see Fitz just kind of moving ever so slightly. He's just kind of been in and out of consciousness, and it seems like he's kind of coming to.
I go check on him.
He just kind of sits there, and he's like looking at what used to be his arm, and he's just slumped up, looking at what used to be.
High five. Yeah, no. All right.
Get no response.
Yeah. No response like he didn't see me do that, or no response. He
like
just doesn't feel good?
literally not even an acknowledgement that you're there.
No. You can't win them all. You can't win them all. Hey, kid. Hey. I slap him. Not hard. Kind of hard.
You slap him, and then when you slap him around, and you see like just this very distant look in his eyes. He's definitely not here where you are. His
Yeah.
mind is off in some far dimension.
All right. Well, keep dreaming, kid. Because when you wake up, you're gonna be real upset. I turn around. Hey, big guy. You got like an extra arm around here or anything?
An extra arm?
Yeah.
No, these are all my arms.
Yeah.
I couldn't give one to him.
Fair.
If you brought me an arm, I might be able to try. I've always wanted to try attaching someone's arm to someone else.
Okay. Maybe next time.
Didn't you say that you could fix me or fix him? You said
Well,
that.
Or fix Cornelia.
I could fix one of you.
Fix Cornelia.
Or
Fix Cornelia.
or if you know of a way to help us all and give us the information.
Oh,
The information?
As you
What?
kinda did
What
before.
information? What are you seeking? I'd be willing to sell you some information if it's not pertinent to our shared goals.
Well, keeping us alive would help us achieve those goals, so maybe there's something you can work out. If you say I have a disease of some sort, what will heal me?
Let
My
me
friend
look at
feel
you.
her voice a little quicker. Yeah.
Come here. And this long arm, and you now see he extends his arm, and it's not like there's two sections, there's 3 sections of arm. It's like he's got 2 forearms and this long bony hand that's missing like 2 fingers, but then it's got 4 fingers still. It's weird. They're just not where they should be. But he kind of motions just because, come, let me look at you. Let me look at you. Oh, look at you. You're so small. Come here. Let me get a better look.
I'm gonna hold Rezik's hand as I move forward toward
I
him.
take it and I
yeah.
follow.
He really just looks into your eyes, puts his hand, and you feel it's not just a cold hand, it's like sandpaper. It's like the skin had just dried up into this hard, kind of calcified mess, and he just puts his hand and rubs your forehead. And at this point, you can just smell like rot. Just the rot of death on this man.
Hate it here.
And he looks deep into your eyes and says, seems you got a little greedy and you've contracted the green lung. Don't worry, it won't kill you right away. I say you should be fine for at least a year, as long as you get plenty of bed rest. Who knows, you might even beat it.
How do you beat it? Do you punch it? Or...
Well, there is a cure. Have you heard of Danji leaves? And you guys working in the commission, you would know Danji's like a it's something you smoke. It's an herb that you smoke, but you know it's a very, very powerful hallucinogenic that some people say have medicinal purposes, but it's illegal within the city.
So just like peyote.
Yeah. Yeah. It's skooma, right? Or the equivalent of skooma, but it's highly illegal. It's illegal to grow. It's illegal to have.
I say we just let him heal her. I'm good. Fuck Fitz. Heal Cornelia.
Yeah.
He offered. I agree. It's probably easier to heal the physical stuff than the inside stuff. Easier to heal the outside than the inside, so we should heal the inside.
Is that what you truly want?
Good news is that Fitz will be none the wiser.
Or is there anything else that you guys want to negotiate? Not healing us and maybe get something else?
I can talk. Since
Just
I got
throwing it
healed
out there.
from being stupid. Okay.
Other themes. Do you have any cookies?
Cookies?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm afraid I don't have much in the way of provisions here.
Oh.
Need to eat.
As a general rule, don't ask for cookies from strangers.
You have
Really, any candy.
Cake?
Yeah.
Wow, I have not had cake in almost 70 years now, it might be.
Wow.
Wow. Huh. Interesting the things that you find you can go without.
You want us to bring you back a cake?
Oh, well, if it's not too much trouble.
What kind of cake
would
do you
love
like?
that. I am very partial to chocolate, I think, if I remember correctly.
You have
But I
the
don't
same
remember
tongue?
what chocolate
Do you have a
tastes
different
like.
tongue? Does it taste different than you tasted it before?
Well, I've gone through many tongues, many eyes, many heads.
I wonder if it'll taste different. I'm gonna get you a lot of different kinds of cake, okay?
Ooh, well, I look forward to it. This is very exciting.
Mr. Bourgeois, I have a question for you. You mentioned a web of spies.
Yes.
This is...
Oh, the Royals. Yes, the Alistar's
Yeah.
private group of misfits who take care of things that are less desirable. They want to keep in the shadows. Well, they call upon them. Though I don't know they need it anymore, since they basically own the Ashen Riders at this point.
Yeah, those spies. Any idea how we could perhaps locate one of them? Any tips?
Well, they're very, very crafty. So, let me show you. And he pulls out the orb again, and you're looking at the that void again. And you see there's hundreds of people kind of walking these streets, but he kind of zooms in around and then on one person. There's this guy, and he looks just like a chimney sweep, and he's just cleaning a roof nearby. And you zoom in closer and closer, and you notice there's a little notch on his ear. And he says, well, he's not very high up in the order, but he's a one notch. That's one way to find them, though it's very hard to see. And he swings around, and this guy's just seems very, very nonchalant. You never would have picked him out, but he's sweeping. But you notice he kind of, the orb swirls around this guy, and you see he's got like dagger just ever so slightly. He's just got a couple knives hidden on him, and they look like the type of knives that once they go in, they don't come back out without taking half of your body with them. But they're almost completely concealed, and you would never have seen it had he not shown you. And he kind of tells you, I'd say just, watch your back.
And everyone knows how dangerous chimney sweeping is.
What's a chimney?
It's like a tree that spits out smoke, and you have to clean the inside of it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Well,
Usually not with daggers.
does anyone recognize where that is? Do I?
Yeah.
Roughly?
Viceroy Hall is a big building in the Upper East Side of King City.
And that's where the Notch guy is?
He's outside because that whole area is like in a big void right now. So, it's just like from his crystal, like his basically his scrying abilities, his magical scrying.
Okay.
It's just this void he can't see. And there's just a chimney sweep that you would have never guessed, but clearly this dude is like watching
He's got donuts, he's got coffee, he's just staking that place
ready for
out.
a steak, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
And the coverage, how much coverage does that give a person? Like 100 feet, 200 feet?
Coverage? What cover? What were we talking about?
Like
The amulet.
The amulet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's maybe only like a 50-foot sphere, so maybe 100 feet. Because it looks like a dome right now. The only reason you can tell it's a full sphere is it digs into the ground, and basically you can see just through it, like just dirt and a little bit of the culverts underneath all this from that the broken lost city that you guys had just trudged through. And you see layers of that. So it's about a 50-foot radius, so 100 feet from edge to edge. So if you you assume if this pendant moves, you guys would probably have to stick pretty close to stay out of Hoax's, his eyes if you were to use something like that.
Got it.
So we go to the Omar's house and we steal her pendant and we deal with her and then we come back here, or do we go straight to the pit?
Well, I would say you probably come back here and we can talk about how I could help.
You're bringing cake.
What if we kidnapped her?
Kidnapped her?
Yeah.
For
we
what
kidnapped her?
reason?
Can we put her arm on Fitz?
I'm not sure it would be very suitable. Although if you brought her back, I could definitely make use of her appendages. Though I think it would just be easier to end her then and there. Not take the chance. It's so wildly dramatic. Just end her.
I still take her arm for Fitz?
What?
I still take her arm for Fitz?
When you have the bourgeois going, what? You know you're a badass.
Hear what you said?
Even too far for the bourgeois. They're like, whoa, what?
Yeah.
The hell?
You said that if we brought an arm, you said that if we brought our own arm, you can put it on Fitz.
Well, I could
We're
sew
already.
it to him.
Then we should just take her arm.
Sure, I could sew it onto him. There's no telling if it would fit. He would just
You
have
said
a dying
it would work.
arm.
You said you would try it.
I'll try.
You said it.
I'll try my best, little one.
That's
I
amazing.
appreciate that.
Do I know anything about Vasquez?
Yeah, you know that the previous viceroy of King City died under mysterious circumstances. And usually there's a council, the Viceroy's council come together and, people make pledges for different options to replace them. And Omar Vasquez was very quickly put into her position, and it was like it was under strange circumstances, but she popped up and no one really had time or the wherewithal to stop it from happening, and so it kind of just happened. And that was right around the same time that the Ashen Riders started taking control of the gate. You know, it used to be the Commission, and now it's the Ashen Riders at that front gate, and you know that since she's taken office, she's kind of got this, like, she runs on maybe a platform of like, let's clean up King City, which involves hauling a bunch of people from Raven's Nest, just hauling them to the pits. So she's kind of been somebody who expedited the taking of citizens, but cleaning up the streets. It's like a gentrification kind of thing.
Yeah, we can kill her.
Yeah, that I have no problem with that. That sounds actually kind of great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Helps her
Cool.
cause I'm in.
Oh, we'll bring an arm to exchange it for one that might fits.
And cake.
Yeah, and cake.
I mean, if it's a lady's arm to it, it'll probably match the other one pretty well, right?
Yeah, he has very delicate hands.
Very nice way to put
We
that.
can break both of her arms so we can just replace both of his.
Can we do that?
Okay,
If the
that's
first one worked, we can try the second one after the first one if it works.
We'll talk about that.
Well, if there's nothing else, next time maybe you would like to use the front entrance. And he flips you a coin, and there's this like silver coin, and stamped inside of it is like one of those just poorly drawn portraits of himself that looks like a 5-year-old tried to draw him, and on both sides is the same thing. He's like, just use this to knock on the front door, and he waves his hand. You know, there's a door in the back, and that door kind of just slowly opens, and instantly you just smell this breeze, like a refreshing air. You know what I mean? It's like you were in this stanky kind of, I mean, it's just gross in here, and you've been in there for a long time, so you gotta get used to it. Yeah, stanky, that's the best word. Musky, human filth and decay. And you can just get this breeze kind of flows in, and it hits your nostrils, and it's just so refreshing after what you guys have been through.
Yeah. You thought about leaving that open, maybe?
And let everyone find me? No.
Yeah.
And I quite like my own musk. You don't approve?
Oh, is that what you call it? No. I mean, that's fine. That's fine. You know, this is rather poorly drawn. Both sides.
Poorly drawn.
Who drew it? Who drew all this
I
stuff?
rather like it. Oh, just some friends of mine.
Is it true that you kidnap kids?
Kids? What use would I have with kids?
You tell us.
Well, I don't know. I can't think of any reason I should want children.
Can you give us a tour of your place?
Of my place? Well, as you see, it's pretty open and bare. And he shows you around. You do see, like, on that throne he had made of that ivory bone, there's like this huge cloak. It's hard to tell because it's just so big, but it's got these used to be white, like, ruffles all around it. And at one point it was probably made of like really nice red satin, but it's like totally stained and ripped in a few places, and it looks like something like royalty would have had around their shoulders at one point, but now it's just been like it's old, and it's been just sitting behind this guy's back. Imagine someone who sits in a chair for a year without getting up. What that would do to,
Like myself and basically all of us.
yeah. Ooh. That's kind of what it looks like. That's really the only thing you haven't noticed in the room. The pews, the people walking around, even that servant that he was pushing around seems to just be like walking around aimlessly, not with like, you notice there's not a whole lot of like purpose to their movements. They're just kind of there doing their thing.
All right. Well, shall we go?
Did Cornelia get fixed?
No.
Yeah, I have a lot of things I still want to do, unfortunately. I feel like I've been down here and you're kind of just talking in circles to me. You promised to fix one of our friends. We would like you to fix Cornelia's memory right now, please. Thank you.
Her memory? If I could fix memory, I would do it myself. I could fix her green lung. If that's something you'd like. And he kind of reaches into his just gross, he reaches into his, where you think a chest cavity would be, and you just hear the sounds of like organs just sloshing about, and he procures this bag. He just pulls this gross bag out. And he reaches inside of it and pulls out, which can only be described as a joint. He just pulls it out. And he says, ooh.
Nice.
And he hands it over and he says, this should help, though you may see things for a long while. But breathe this deep into your lungs and remember to hold it in there for at least, 5 or 6 seconds.
What do you mean a long while?
I'm gonna put it in my pocket.
A long while? Well, it depends on the person. Depends on how much she breathes in, how much her body absorbs. She's very small. Maybe not to smoke that whole thing. Or do, if you want that kind of party.
But one thing will do. I don't have to use the whole thing. Take care of myself. Will I know if I'm healed or not?
Well, you won't know till the next morning, if you're still alive.
What?
Could this hurt me if it doesn't work?
Well, people have been known to do strange things on these powerful leaves. I saw a man gnaw his own hand off once. Oh, it was so entertaining. I saw a man sit and stare at the sun for so long, it burned his very eyes out.
Is that what happened to your eyes?
My eyes? No, they just got older. I know someone as young as you would know the pains of aging, but I assure you, I know them all too well.
And I just into like a most typical crotchety old man, just super balding, very unfortunate human. What do you mean? You don't know how old I am?
Oh, that's true. But it's not your physical form that gives away your age, it's your naivete.
My what?
I'll leave that for you to figure out. I think it would be good for you to find some answers to your own questions.
Well, you definitely are a difficult man to talk to. That's kind of one down, I guess, then. My other question was, you mentioned that you want your memories back of your family. But you're sending us on a mission to attack a dignitary for some reason. What does that have to do with your memories, exactly?
My memories? Well, nothing, but my business is very important to me. I've been building this information network for years now, and Omara comes by and just gets to disrupt that all in a month's time? No. I will make her pay. I will make her pay with her life, thus restoring justice to this world.
Do you still want your memories back? That was kind of what you were saying earlier.
Of course.
Okay.
Look, this is a very delicate operation. Banishing a demon of that power is going to take a lot of work. It is beyond something even I can imagine. But I think the first step is getting your friends out of there as they are dying, and I think that is that is going to weigh on your mind, and then at that point we can work on what the next steps are.
No, I think I understand. Right. And then lastly, my last question is, when we walked in here with my sister, kind of in a spiritual form here, or some kind of I don't even know. You said you had no idea what it was. Is that still true?
And he kind of looks around you and pulls out that pipe again and takes a huge hit of that purple steam, and you just see his eyes start to glow with almost like this angry, maddening glow. And then he kind of clocks her and just stares at her, and you see her just start to back away. And you can feel the tension in her, like it's almost like you guys are sharing emotions, and her heartbeat is just going up and going up, and the tension is getting deeper and deeper. And she's just starting to like sweat and back away, and she's just afraid. And then he just stops. He goes, well, I can't say I know everything, though if you leave her here, I could do some experiments to find out. If you'd like.
It'll be fine. Right, well, I'm good, if everybody else is.
Are you sure?
Yes, and I go over to my sister and I pick her up and just carry her, and I'm like,
Okay.
Right, well, everybody else, ready?
Yeah, and you guys see him holding something that's, you're just like, I must be crazy, or he must be crazy, because...
Yeah, one
Can
of
I
us is
still
crazy.
see it?
Yeah, you can see her. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. But you're the only one.
Great.
And yeah.
Yeah, you make a really fine looking family, Rez. You're doing great. Should we get out of here?
And I walk
Please, I
out.
would really.
Yeah. I think it's time.
Are you guys gonna take Fitz with you, or are you gonna leave him here?
I go over to Fitz, and just like Rezik, I pick him up and prop him on my hip.
Okay. Yeah, I mean he stands on his own.
No, I pick him up.
Yeah, I mean yeah. No, I mean like you can pick him up. You don't have to like hold him. He's not like he's like falling over or anything. Like he's standing on his own 2 feet, and he follows you.
Okay.
But there's not a whole lot of recognition in his eyes. about
No,
what's
he still
happening.
picks him up.
Yeah. I give him like 2 steps, and then I hip him, and I
right,
look over to Rez. Let's go.
And as you guys walk out, the bourgeois kind of like walks back to his throne and sits down in that exact same position that he was in when you found him. And you see him just kind of slump to the side. And you guys walk out this wooden door in the back. And as the last of you exit, you hear the door just clink. And just as if being undrawn by a pencil, you see the lines of the doors just start disappearing until it's gone. And what you're looking at is the wall of what looks like one of the subway systems. And in this area, it's very moist and wet, and there's a lot of moss and stuff. This is one of the closer exit ways to the sewers. And you look, and just to your east, you see that river flowing, that canal that runs through the city, just flowing ever so slightly outside. So you guys are basically right there at the river. And Dresden, you can feel that coin kind of reacting to the doorway that was once there.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like a magnet being drawn to this doorway.
Okay. Just keep it in my pocket.
I'm gonna take it. I'm just kidding.
You
I'm
want
just
it?
kidding. Here. Roll.
No way, man.
Mm.
I'll text you later, James.
Seriously, though, if you want it, I don't need to keep anything like that on my person for any extended period.
Wait, I can have the shiny? No, don't do it.
I give her a coin.
Hey, Wait, this doesn't have a drawings on it. Did it change?
I mean, there's something on the coins, right?
Guess
Yeah,
you're not
there's
the
a
only
stamp.
one.
Yeah, it's
There's
good.
a commission stamp.
Yeah, it's a poorly drawn commission stamp.
Oh. Okay.
Just pat my pocket. Oh, God.
Nice prop work.
Well, I'm happy we all made it out of there with our lives.
No.
Where to next? Should we get a drink?
What time is it?
Daye? Some water? I mean, Trust, some water?
Yeah, you guys had gone in right at the beginning of evening time, around 6 o'clock. You guys had gone into this, and it looks like it's pretty bright
Speak
outside.
up.
Like you guys have been in these culverts for almost like an entire evening. Like you, all night it took you guys to get through this thing, and now it's daytime. It's some daytime. You don't really know.
I don't mean to alarm anyone, but I think my voice is a little different.
Yeah.
I would like to sleep for a very long time.
It's fair. It's a reasonable reaction.
I think we could all use a good nap after that ordeal.
Yeah. If you guys, we can go find a place to sleep, and then if you want, I'm like okay, so I can like go out and see where this lady lives to see if there's any cool places for me to climb up into her house.
Separates. That didn't go so well before.
I just won't talk to anybody this time.
I know. I trust you, Pup, but I just want us to. We probably should just all rest. We can figure this out in the after we all sleep. It'll be fine.
Okay.
She's not going anywhere. She's the viceroy of the city.
Go see if
She'll still be there.
there's trees for me to climb.
If you want to go badly, I can go with you, but I don't want you to go alone.
No.
Almost died that one time.
So, it was fine. Let's go sleep.
Right. To the kerchief, you think, or what should we go?
As long as I don't have to get naked again, I'm fine with anywhere we go.
Kerchief
Let's
was
not advertise ourselves as a sex cult this time.
That's a great idea.
Good idea. Yes. Yes.
Kerchief's was just a tavern. It wasn't actually an inn.
Do I know any good places?
Well, we could stay at the
There's the Treble Clef, which
Double Clef. Yeah.
which you guys were trying to avoid. But
I
there's
still
plenty.
don't know why. I still don't understand why we're avoiding it.
There is a pretty big inn that you know of called the Tin Hat. It's just a very simple, bare bones inn. And after your last expedition, you kind of know like it's close to the border between Raven's Nest and the really bad part of Raven's Nest. So they're kind of like if you got the coin to pay, they don't ask questions. It's just a place. And you've done a lot of investigations in this area where, you ask them questions and they don't ask questions, so they literally can't help you. There's been a lot of crimes that happen at this place, but that could work in your favor in this situation.
Well, why don't we go there?
Sounds good.
All right.
I'm for it.
About how far is that?
Well, you guys kind of walk to the east to the light of the opening, and when you pop out, you notice you're just underneath that long line of bathhouses along the river that you guys had met Kathenbog in the first place. So you guys are kind of in the ritzier area of part of town, and you take note of that because that's where this specific culvert outlet sewage drain is. So like if you wanted to get back here, it's right at that bathhouse. It would probably take you guys, maybe 45-minute walk through the city all the way to kind of the cusp of Raven's Nest. But as you guys get closer and closer and closer to the town, you look up, you see that bathhouse, you suddenly hear this whistle, and a big commotion. And you hear what sounds like commissioned guards. It's hard to tell. You can't really see. Kind of run into the bathhouse, and you hear a man, a very commanding voice, kind of run up and says, "Excuse me, we are looking for 2 criminals who've made their way into the city under illegal pretenses. One is an uncast with red fur, and the other an elven woman. Have you seen them?" And you kind of hear some tavern people kind of, no, like a murmur, and they kind of run out. And you hear more whistles kind of throughout the city.
Is it Daladal and Zuna? Are they back? Are
Yep.
they back?
That does sound like them.
How do we find them?
Well, they'll be at the kerchief.
Maybe. Unless they were spotted
what
and
we
they're being
said.
chased right now.
They said after a while they'd meet at the kerchief, but yeah, you're right. They could be hiding somewhere. I don't even know. You can just check it out and see. I don't know.
While we're looking at the bathhouse, does anyone fancy a bath? I'm disgusting.
Yeah, you are.
You're nasty.
I'm pretty sure that I'm that
Sewers.
thing that you guys said inside.
Oh,
Oh,
actually, 1 second.
When you're scared of taking baths.
Agoraphobic.
Yeah.
That one.
That was it.
Actually, I can clean us all for free.
please,
Woohoo.
please do.
Like a car wash?
I
Should I
mean,
take my clothes off?
Kind of.
I can't believe all the things those guys said about you were real, Rez. This is amazing. You really, this is how you, okay. All right, yeah,
Go
yeah,
all
yeah.
out.
Yeah, it's a new trick.
What
In
did
public?
I say
In
about
public?
you?
He used to say that he liked to wash people, right? I mean, you heard that.
Oh well.
These are
Oh,
some
you
weird
never heard that?
rumors.
Oh, wow.
Weird rumors. Don't like it.
Well, this is a new trick, so I don't know what rumors you heard, but
Dresden just make a joke. Is that you joking?
Yeah.
Are you trying to be funny?
I hitch fits up on my hip. Never mind.
but yeah, I can clean us all for free once we get to the inn. Did you want to try to check out Kerchies first and see if Daladale and Zuna are there, or do you want to just go to the inn directly and hopefully they find us?
Well, you guys know the Kerchiefs doesn't open until nighttime, so you've got most of the day probably before you'd be able to enter Kerchiefs at least.
Okay.
You could probably find an inn that would let you hang out until night.
In first, get clean, we'll get a meal, hopefully some fish, and then we'll go see if our friends are back in town.
If I sleep all day long, could it be a long rest, or do I not have that much time?
Yeah, I mean, if you slept for 8 hours, it would be a long rest. You could
Listen,
sleep any
We
time.
haven't slept in like 4 days. I need to sleep.
Yeah, it's been.
maybe
you guys
drop
were up
bits
all
off?
night and you didn't sleep that night, so you guys have been up for probably 36 to 40 hours at this point.
I have no more spells left. I would like to sleep.
All right, a coffee house it is. Here we go.
Triple espresso. So yeah, the commission, that commotion kind of dwindles down, and you hear the commission kind of moving down the street towards Raven's Nest, questioning every bathhouse they see. A female commission member checking the female side, a male checking the male side, and so on and so forth. Kind of moving down, very, as you know, very rhythmically. You know, they have their thing. They've been taught how to search, and they seem to be doing it pretty adequately, from your opinion, from your professional opinion. We're well trained. You guys gotta get up that bank that you're on that leads to this part of the culverts, and you guys make it through back into town, and you kind of wind south through the streets. This area is kind of nicer. You know, really only the people who have some extra expenditures can afford baths. So you guys kind of look out of sorts, obviously, but as long as you stay kind of to the middle of the street and you don't, get your dirt on anybody else, no one's thinking too much of it. Yeah, you guys spend 45 minutes walking down, and you find that little the inn. It's not, the inn isn't little, but the entryway is kind of cramped. It seems like most of the space of this inn has been converted to as many rooms, small little rooms as possible that could fit maybe 2 humans if they were to share a bed. And there's not much more than just a bed in each room. And some rooms are like cut in half, and like these shoddy doors are just set up, so you literally have to walk through one room to get to the other room. And then when you show up, there's this a middle-aged man who's got this big pot belly, and he's got like just you can't tell, it might be wheat, could be some kind of grain just sticking out of his mouth, and he's just kind of slumped in his chair sitting there. And you walk in.
Oh,
Just doesn't even
friend.
look up.
We're gonna need rooms for the entire night. How many? I look around at everybody.
How many are you?
Well,
Let's maybe stay in
This many.
two groups of or
7! I believe there's 7 of us.
7 rooms?
well, make it at least
3
maybe-
silver, 5.
All right.
What?
What?
Yeah, that's fine. I got you. I got this. Let's. I put 4 down.
Okay. He gives you your 5 coppers change.
That's great.
Slunks it down, and then just hands you, he hands you a piece of paper with rooms written down on them. And they're not all together, because he kind of looks at this ledger and starts filling in gaps. So you guys have 7 rooms that aren't all together.
All right. Are there
What
any
you
that
got
are?
there? What's that in your mouth?
It's wheat.
Can I have one?
Get your own old wheat. What are you? Who is this? Get up on out of here now.
It's just my grandfather. Don't mind.
Ah, I wanted one.
We talked about this. All right?
I wanted one real bad. Never seen that before.
He's got a bad memory. In. This is also.
Yeah,
This is my.
You look it up.
This is my idiot child as well. He doesn't talk
Three of
much.
the 3. This is a 3-story building. 3 of the rooms are on floor 1. One of the one of the rooms is on floor 2, and 3 of the rooms are on floor 3.
Well, someone should stay with Fitz.
Yeah. Are there any?
can
Are there any that are next to each other? Like even just 2?
Let me see. Yes, there are 2 that are next door to each other.
All
That
right. Well,
kind of have these each one of them. Imagine if it was like kind of like a sock, right? You have the hallway, you go into one room, and then there's another room conjoining it. So like when someone wanted to come out, they would have to just go through your room to get out. That's kind of
Nice.
play rules, and you just whatever's going on there, you just move on. 2 of those are connected, so there would be like 2 rooms that are in this little like nook, and all the rest are just kind of single rooms here and there.
okay.
I don't mind the single room on the 2nd floor.
I'll go to the
Said 2nd
third.
floor.
All right.
I just want to stay with Fitz.
Kelwise, so you find this number on the door, and you got there's a clearly like a 0.2, so there's like room 22.1 and room 22.2, and you know that 22.2 you got to walk through somebody else's room.
All right, so I
You walk-
knock.
You knock.
Yes.
You walk in and you see a man and a woman lying in bed, and they both look rough. Like, life has been rough on these two, but you notice the man and the woman, their eyes, where there's usually, like, you'd see like yellow coloration if they were sick or something. It's not yellow. It's like they have these just ever so slightly violet veins kind of just running through their eyes. And they're just kind of laying there staring off into space, not really saying anything.
Do I know why their eyes might look like that?
Yeah,
That
roll
purple stuff?
roll a history check.
Sure,
Let me see.
sure,
Like,
sure,
I don't know if
sure.
you've
Junkies.
I don't know
Sure,
how into that stuff, because I mean, from your coast, there's not a lot of it unless you go to like Seacrest, but you might have seen a sailor or two with, you know, an addiction problem. It's pretty common, you
Okay.
know. So, what'd you get?
I got a 9.
A 9. Yeah, I mean, you assume it's core, but you can't tell like at what stage it is. You can't tell like if it's a first-time user, second-time user. You just don't know. You're like, this person, they're clearly on this drug.
And are they just zoinked out, or are they like moving around or?
No, not at all. They're just there. If you couldn't hear their voice, their raspy breath, you would have thought they were dead.
Oh, great. Well, I, without saying a word, then sneak quietly through the room to my room.
Okay, yeah, you go. and
Can I look around? Do they have anything valuable, by the way, just sitting around, just out in the open, just out of curiosity?
Yeah. Around them, you see like they've got like on their person, they still have like, you know, tattered clothes on and such. The woman has a little pouch. You can kind of see it kind of in her shirt pocket, just like on the inside, not really a pocket, but like the inside of her shirt. There's just like this pouch. You can kind of see the drawstring hanging out. And on the man, you see that he's got this like something in his hand, like a rock of sorts in his hand, but it's kind of concealing it.
Rock. Like something he could palm, or is it slightly larger? Is his
Yeah,
hand
it's pretty
open slightly?
small. It's about the size of like a D20.
Okay. Yeah. So I just quietly sneak through there to go to my room.
Okay, yeah, and you open the door, you go in, and to your surprise, the sheets look pretty good, and the room smells relatively nice.
Does the door have a lock?
It does not have a lock.
Okay.
And in fact,
Are there any other extra windows?
the door itself barely even latches. This room does not have a window. The other room once had a window, but it looks like it's been boarded up. So,
Alright.
like, you're still getting some light coming through the boards. This place isn't like it's been worn through time. So the boards that make the walls are kind of warped, letting light in, which is kind of nice right now. But yeah, the room is just a bed thrown up against the corner, and there's really little room.
No nightstand, no chair.
No
nothing else, just a
nightstand,
bed.
nothing. About a foot of clearance in between, the wall and you, so you'd have to scoot in and then just plunk her down for the night.
Did the door open inward or outward?
It opened outward into their room, which is a little bit bigger, but only big enough to like give clearance to the door.
Got it. Well, good night.
Yeah, and you get no response. They're just sleeping. What's everyone else doing? You're taking Fitz, first floor, third floor.
To one of the ones that's a double room.
Okay, that was the third floor.
I wanted to go with Fitz also.
Okay, so you guys are heading up.
Wait, before
Yeah.
I go up real quick, I want to hand the dude a coin that is going to be a gold piece. It's gonna be a gold or a silver, but I hand him a gold.
I still really want one of those snacks.
Can you help me out? Having watched like Cullen do the stuff like that before.
Yeah.
I really want one of those real bad.
He takes your gold
Good
piece, and he literally pulls out this small. It's almost like a wafer, but it's a hexagon stone with this purplish glow. He kind of looks around and pulls it out of his bag and slides it over to you.
He hands me a purple stone.
Yeah. Wafer.
Wait. No, I just wanted the oat.
Yeah. Well, and he kind of scoots it to you with like some like. Cover that up now.
Wait, no, I want the
Don't let no
thing
one
that
see
you
you with
have.
this.
No, I want your snack. I don't know what this is. I want that snack.
Look, do you want it or not?
Yes, but that's not what this is. This doesn't look like what's in your mouth.
He's like, get out of here. Get out of here. What are you? Get out
No,
of here.
I want that oat.
Can I just start like? I'm like probably reaching Pup's butt, but just like.
Give me the oat. I want the oat.
Hey, Dad, come on.
Move it along.
All right, I'll take the pretty shiny thing.
As they're
And I grab the
good
purple
job.
rock and I put it in my pocket real mad.
I
Okay.
just wanted a note.
We know. The bad man. He never does what you say. Come on, upstairs, Dad. Come on.
I want to run over and snatch it right out of his mouth.
No, don't do that. You remember,
You're
that's why.
lucky I'm not snatching it right out of your mouth.
Remember why Mom left you? Yeah. Come on. Let's go.
Wait, what's a mom? Is that the same thing as a mother?
God. It's been just shoving.
No, I'm going. I'm like not. I'm not fighting at all. I'm going. I'm just complaining.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So we go up to wherever that room is.
Yeah. So you go in to find the two rooms. They're kind of at the end of the hall. One, the double doors at the front of the hall, and there's that one single room way in the back.
Oh my god, this place gives us drugs! Okay.
I mean, you did technically buy them.
Now drug dealers. God damn it.
I just bought drugs!
You know, it's again. I have to point out, it started innocently. Jaymes took it there. You know.
Every
That's
time we can't
true.
avoid.
Oh,
We can't
sexual.
avoid
Done.
sin. We can't avoid it. You just
We can't avoid sin. Sin.
sex cults, drugs.
Rock and roll.
Yeah, I was like, what's next? Rock and roll.
Dang it, James. What have you done?
What have I done?
I was trying to get some wheat, bro. Not some
Yeah,
weed.
you got some cigarette.
Oh God! Yeah,
All right,
we just make our way to the back, please.
Okay, yeah. So you guys make your way. Oh, so the back is the single room. The front of the hall is the double room.
Oh, I thought we had to walk past a bunch of people. Do we have just like so we have
There's
like
a
one of those
long
that's like a
hallway,
double room?
and there's just doors on the sides making up double rooms. You could assume
Oh,
they're all
okay.
double rooms. And there's one way
okay.
in the back, which she has, which is room 35, and then you have room 31.1 and 31.2.
Okay.
She
Yeah, I
had
just
35.1.
fits into point 2.
Okay, yeah. So you find a very similarly made up room. Fitz's room, the sheets are all messy and in disarray.
He won't notice.
Yeah, you put them in them. Yeah, the sheets
it's
look
bed bugs now, doesn't it?
slightly stained, but I mean they look like they'll keep.
I try to pat them down before I like rush past Paul
You, like,
fuck Dresden to try to like boop 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 boop. Make everything look as nice as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right.
I
yeah.
lay him down and I just ask him like, "Are you a side sleeper?" And then I just put him. At least your arm won't go numb. And I just put him down nicely. There you go.
Both of you guys give me a perception check.
Yeah, we both have bed bugs now.
Perception.
Mm-hmm.
13.
14.
Oh, nice mug. 13, 14. Yeah, you both notice. Fitz is like not responding to anything, but you do see just a small tear just fall down the side of his face and wet the collar of his shirt.
Dramatic.
Yeah.
I like shake back into Pup, and then I like roll up next to him.
It's
gonna be okay. We're gonna find a way to make it all better. I know that was really scary. You've never seen anything like that before, huh?
And then I take his hand that he has left, and I just put it on my head.
Okay, and it just falls limp on your head.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Are you just gonna stay in here with him?
Yeah, I'll watch him.
All right. I'll just be next door.
Can you see if you can get me some of those oats?
I will absolutely look for oats for you.
Okay.
You know, that mattress might be filled with them, actually, now that I think of it.
And I take out the purple rock.
Where did you get that?
He gave it to me.
Who?
The guy downstairs.
Oh my god.
He asked for the oats, and he didn't give me oats, but then he gave me this. Do you think that it's like the same thing?
Can I trade you for but wait. It doesn't taste good. Can I trade you for that? One shiny?
No.
2 shinies?
I traded 1 shiny for this.
I'll give you 2 shinies for it.
I want an oat.
All right.
Wait, 10 oats. 20!
You know what? Do the drugs. Just do the drugs. All right. Wait. The oat mart isn't open right now. Okay. So tomorrow, I'll take
Do you
that.
think that this would make Fitz feel better? Fitz, do you want this?
No, that would not make Fitz feel better. That would kill Fitz. All right.
Oh.
He is in a fragile state right now, mentally, physically. All right. Have you ever seen him cry before? I mean, yes, but like that. That's like an actual tear. That's a don't give him sharp things tear. Okay. Also, don't give him sharp things. At the same time, can I have that? And I will get you 10 oats tomorrow. 10 oats. I've got an oat guy. All right, just don't give it the Fitz, okay?
Okay.
And also don't eat it, because then you can't get
yeah.
oats.
Okay.
Yeah, Pup, the guy that was all messed up and is, missing eyes and arms and stuff, he was taking a lot of that. That's why he was messed up. So don't do it.
So I can have more arms if I do this?
No,
I'm just kidding. He's gross. I don't want to be like that.
Disgusting.
I can be like that anytime I want to. I don't want to be like that forever. I tricked you. It's pretty though.
You got me good. Yeah.
Is Rezik still hipping his invisible friend?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say to you before I leave you guys alone in the room, Dresden. We have a lot to talk about, obviously, but I am exhausted, so I will speak to you later. Is that okay?
And I just sort of like look at him, like give him like the up and down, and he's just like standing there with an invisible friend, and I'm like, you don't want oats too, right? Like you're gonna be all right.
Yeah, I'm fine. Yes.
Okay.
I know this looks bad, and I honestly am not going crazy. We'll talk.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, sleep tight.
Sleep tight.
Yeah.
And good job down there, old boy. Really. I mean, you saved our asses on multiple occasions, so thank you.
We wouldn't be here without you, right? So, go to bed.
Well, nice. Night, Pup. Night, Fitz.
Good night.
And they kiss each other.
I know. I was like, and
If I could, I'd hit the ceiling with like the broom, being like, "Shut up!"
The other 3 of you guys are on the first floor.
Yes. Do
Have
either
any
of
of us
you?
gone to the second floor? I thought.
Kelwise is on the second floor.
Oh, okay, got it.
So there's 3 in the top floor,
Is the bed
3 in the middle floor, 3 in the
is
bottom
the
floor.
the bed big enough to share? I'm gonna ask Trust if she wants to share. A
So you
room.
get 1.2 room, 2.2 rooms, and 1.1 room. So 2 of the rooms hook, and you have to go through somebody's room to get to your room, and one of them is the first room that someone might be walking through your room to get to there. But it's still early in the day. I mean, it's, you guys haven't. It's still like midday. It's maybe noonish.
Well, if Cornelia and I share a room, maybe no one has to be in the weird double room.
That sounds good to me. I don't mind going it alone.
All right.
Right?
You guys-
You're not saying. Are you saying the two? We have both of those rooms, or one of them is our room and one is a stranger's room?
One is a stranger's room.
Right.
So yeah. So if you guys share that one room,
Three.
Rezik's the only one that's gonna have to walk through somebody's room
Oh,
to get
I'm gonna go in and peek in the other room and see if I can see anything. Before
Okay.
I decide not to sleep there or not, you know?
there. So you're just gonna peer into one of the rooms?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you peer into one of the rooms and it's empty.
Well, I will go into the room that we have and then look into the connected room, is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, the connected room. Yeah, the connected room is empty.
Does it look like someone's staying there and just not there right now, or it's...
Well, it's early. I mean, this is an inn where it's mostly like, sorry, I just dropped a bunch of dice all over the floor.
Ooh.
I mean, it's like noon. You're at, like, imagine you're at a hotel and it's like noon. So like, probably someone will take that room.
Got it.
There might be a reason he didn't give it to you, or maybe the guy's just an asshole.
Yeah, if it's empty, I think I'll go request to be able to share the room with you all. That's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, let us know how that goes.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll
Good
be difficult. I go down and I ask him, or I go over to the desk and I ask him if we can share the same room.
5 coppers.
You've got it. And I hand him hand him a gold. I don't have change, unfortunately.
He gets you change. He gives you 9 silvers and 5 coppers back.
He gives you drugs.
Yeah, and he marks down that room on your sheet. On
Great.
his
I go
little
back.
ledger.
I go back and I'm like, all right, we're all set up here. Cornelia, how are you doing, by the way?
I feel fine right now. I'm a little confused, but
I suggest you don't
what?
smoke that unless one of us can watch you the whole time. I definitely need to sleep, so I can't do that.
maybe you can tie me down or something.
I think we probably should just try to find another solution. That didn't sound great. We'll figure something out.
Dang. Maybe we should have given it
But
back.
You are feeling
go knock on his door.
you are feeling like you have this fever, this like sweat fever that you can't quite shake, but you do feel like your breathing is heavy. Like any kind of physical activity, heavy physical activity, like running or climbing or swimming would be really, really difficult just because your lungs kind of feel heavy, like there's weights inside.
So she's got corona?
Way
Basically.
to make it about the times.
We help.
But Cornelia, I just wanted to ask because I know you probably don't remember, but down there, they were saying, or he was saying that some of your memory was lost. Do you remember that, or?
How's she gonna remember my lost memory?
I mean, he mentioned something, but I'm not sure what he's talking about, to be honest.
Well,
I mean, I can't think of who it would be.
well, I'm very sorry, dear. You should know that a dear friend of yours was actually taken, and that's kind of why we're trying to help save our friends from the pit. And your friend, I believe it was Myrtle, was one of them. I'm sorry you can't remember her right now, though, but...
I mean, I do know somebody was taken. I remember my parents being arrested, and I was told to go back. They told me to go back and wait for them in the village, and I had a friend with me, and I don't remember who that was.
Just pat
Well.
her on the back.
We'll find a way to get that memory back for you. If not, then we'll just have to find your friend, and she can remind you of all the memories you have with her. We'll figure it out. I'm just very, very sorry. Yeah. Well, try to get some rest. I'm gonna go ahead and pass out now.
Thank you.
Same.
All right. So you guys all kind of, I mean, you're exhausted. You all kind of hit the sheets and just out like a light. Cornelia, give me a Constitution saving throw.
With dexterity, no, I'm just kidding.
Const-
I got a 4.
A 4. Yeah, like you lay down to sleep, and it's like every time you're just about to sleep, you just cough a little bit and it wakes you up. You lay there for hours and hours, and you just can't quite fall asleep. It's like, you know, you're getting the worst rest. It's just like, you know, if you've ever tried to like down like a Rockstar energy drink and then fall asleep, you just kind of lay there like not sleeping no matter how hard you try. Why anyone would do that, I don't know. I've done that before. You know, it's like you're like, all right, we're gonna go hang out, everyone. You drink in Rockstar, and you're like, actually, nah, I got work in the morning. Never mind, I'm not gonna go.
Whoops.
Everyone's 21, all right. But anyways, that like you're tired. You're really tired, and you feel like sleep is just right on the edge of your consciousness. If you could just breathe, but you can't. You can't. Like every time you're not thinking about your breathing, you get a little choked up in your throat, and your lungs get heavy. So, I mean, hours pass where you just can't fall asleep. Maybe getting 10 minutes here and there, but you just keep waking up, falling asleep and waking up. The rest of you, out like a log, just snoring. Everyone give me a perception check while you're sleeping.
Is this for how good dreams we had, or?
Yeah.
12.
15.
9.
18.
Ooh, 19.
Sounds bad.
20. Dirty 20.
Dorty.
Did just one thing. Did my door open in or out?
It opens into the hallway. It opens out.
Always. Stupid building. Okay.
Because there literally wouldn't be enough room
Yeah.
in these rooms just because they're stupid.
So the other door opens out and fine, but they would never.
What did you get, Melissa?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't. No, I had to roll as well.
Oh yeah, sorry.
And what saving throw, or what was it?
Perception check, skill check.
I got a 12.
12. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So, and you can do whatever you want, Cornelia, at any time, or you can just attempt to sleep again. Rezik, you and Kelwise, maybe 8-9 hours. I mean, you guys are making up for some lost time. You guys hear Rezik, you're on the bottom floor, correct? So you hear it first. You hear just a commotion, a light commotion coming from the other, from the entryway, and you hear like a set of feet kind of run up the stairs, followed by a few more sets of feet, kind of running up the stairs. Not super loud, but you know, you hear that kind of commotion. Kelwise, you hear the same thing, but you hear more of a tussle, and then you kind of hear somebody like grunting and struggling, and then you hear somebody run up to the third floor, followed by a bunch of other sets of feet. And then it goes on to the third floor, and you don't really hear anything. And Pup, you hear like feet running, and then you hear, and a door closes, and then you hear a bunch of feet. That's my feet sound effect.
Real good.
You hear like a bunch of feet, like maybe 6 or 7 sets of feet running through this hallway, opening doors and closing them until they get to yours, because yours is pretty close to the front. You hear Dresden's room, the door open, and Dresden, you kind of wake up to a start, and it's dark at this point, and you see this humanoid figure open the door, walk into your room, basically rip open the door with Pup, kind of walk inside, look at you both, and then start walking out of your room. And you notice this guy's got leathers. He's got a short sword in his hand, and he's looking for something, but he just kind of looks at you and dismisses you like pretty quickly. He kind of storms in your room and then starts to storm back out into the hallway.
Do I recognize any sort of faction he might be with or anything like that?
Yeah, give me a perception check, because it's with disadvantage, because it's like dark right now in this place.
And can I run out and try to see what's going on outside the room?
Sure. And by the time you get out, it seems like the commotion's upstairs. A 16. All right, yeah. This guy strikes you as military. He's wearing like a loose leather-ish type armor. You kind of catch that in the glint of whatever light's coming from the hallway, which isn't much. And that short sword looks military issue, like commission issue. Yeah.
Hey, what are you looking for? Need help?
And the man kind of walks back into the room and like looks around, doesn't really say anything to you, walks out.
I just grab his arm. Hey.
And he like rips his arm at you and like pulls up his fist like he's gonna punch you. He's like, "Don't touch me. Official business." Walks out into the hallway.
That's official business, pup.
Oh. Okay.
And you hear like the sounds of other doors opening, and then you hear ever so slightly from down the hall, "You'll never take me alive." And then you hear, and you see that just this tussle and a flash of just bodies, and people just start going flying, and suddenly you hear like whinnying like a horse, and you hear, and everyone now can hear just this thundering, and boom, like bowling balls. You see like 6 or 7 men just go flying out of the way, but you also hear like this sound of like it's, you can't tell if it's pain, it's a squeak or something, and you hear just his side. He got me good.
The sun's not down now.
Oh God! And then you start to see those men who just got bowled over start to slowly collect themselves.
Ooh, which one of you officially brought a horse up here?
Yeah. You look around and you can't. It's hard to see. It's really, really dark. Rezik, you can proceed upstairs if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw
the rest of you hear this.
Mage armor on and then run upstairs.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you run upstairs and you can't really see either, but you see that there's like 3 or 4 men on the stairs with short swords, and you hear someone complaining and huffing and puffing, and you hear there's kind of a tussle going on, but there's 3 men blocking the stairwell from you going up. All in this kind of like leatherish armor, long swords ready, all just kind of like peering over the side. They can't, they can't see much because they look human, but they look ready to charge.
Charge me?
No. Up
okay.
Stairs to the 3rd floor.
Okay.
I'm just gonna post up in the door.
Did we all hear that "you won't take me alive" thing?
No. So you're on the 1st floor. So you didn't hear that. You kind of just heard the commotion of that last.
Okay.
And you can hear something's clearly going upstairs, but it's all muffled. You really can't make out any distinguishing sounds.
But it did sound like a horse.
It sounded like a horse.
Didn't see a horse though.
You do not see a horse, Though
What do
at
I-
the end of the hallway, you do see like two men wrestling with something, and it looks like you can see just ever so slightly the outline of this like very fluffy, bushy tail.
I'm gonna blah, 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 into Dalladale.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. So you turn into Dalladale.
Okay, and I go into the hallway. Oh, what's his accent again?
Irish.
Like
That's
Irish.
Oi, are you looking for me? I'm down here.
All right. Right behind you. Ooh. Oh. Right behind you. You just feel this cold blade slice the back of your
Oh, cool.
the
Yeah.
back of your shoulder.
Oh no!
Oh. And you take 5 damage as 5 slashing damage as you turn around, and there's a whole set of guards with short swords. There's like 4 guys standing there, 3 kind of running up the stairs, and 1 that just struck you. And this guy's kind of like just, you can tell he's kind of like peering off, squinting and just slashing. And
I go to
I'd like
part of the
to.
guy down the stairs.
I'm gonna go run into a random room.
okay.
One where I would know that there's like a window.
Okay. Yeah, all the rooms have one window, whether it's like an actual window or just boards is kind of 50-50.
Got it. I want to run into one and like
Okay.
break the window and then transform back into the old man.
Okay. So yeah, you bust into this room and you hear oh my god, you just see 2 people like scrunch up onto their bed, like terrified, holding each other. It's 2 it's like a middle-aged woman and a younger man kind of just holding each other, and they have a window and it looks like the window's intact.
Yeah, not
now.
anymore. I'm gonna boop at the same time as I like wiggle into a old man, and then if I could also have the time to like throw a couple of friendship coins and be like,
I'm so sorry. I didn't want to bother you. Please forgive me.
All right, so you bust into this room,
throw gold at
Yeah,
them,
yeah,
transform
you
into an
throw
old
gold,
man and break a window.
punch this window. The window shatters and explodes out. These people, like the woman, just starts screaming bloody murder. You throw these coins at her, but you're not even sure she sees it because she's just screaming bloody murder.
Yeah,
You
that's fair.
transform into an old man, and Dresden, you see you see all this happen, and the guy who slashed you in the back runs in, looks around for 2 seconds, like
Don't need.
shoves you as an old man out of the way, looks in
Oh,
the third
my
room.
back!
You hear another scream. My back. You hear another scream coming from that room. He looks around and then runs over to the window and he starts yelling. He starts yelling down the hall. He went out the window. He went out the window. And then you hear another guy in the hallway says, "No, he's right there at the end of the hallway. I see him. He's over there." And they all start charging past you, Dresden, towards the end of the hallway where those 2 other guys are wrestling, which you can assume is Dalladale.
I would like
And-
to confer with Rezik and be like,
Yeah.
should we go up there? Should we get involved with this or not?
Yeah, Rezik, you see them kind of turn the corner and run up the stairs and charge into the hallway.
I
Well,
don't know, but it looks bad. We probably should help.
all right. Well,
I'm gonna skitter up the stairs.
I'm just gonna dive across, like, to try and hit as many of them as I can as they run across. I'm just gonna sort of like charge into the other room and just try and smash into them just while going, Dad, where'd you go, Dad?
Hey, give me a athletics, like a bull rush.
Yeah, but just trying to, if I have to
Yeah,
grab
yeah,
them by
yeah.
the waist to make them all fall, like that's what I'm gonna do, and be like, no, Dad, you're back.
I'm in
Ooh,
so
not
much
good.
pain. He broke the window on me.
That's a 10.
A 10. Yeah, that's enough. So you bust into the hallway, you grab the first guy, and he just hears, Dad, and totally catches him off guard. And as he slumps into the wall, he hits the guy behind him who didn't have a steady footing, and he starts falling back. And Rezik, you see from around the corner this domino of 4 guys coming straight for your face, and you just see it getting, I thought the frisbee was getting bigger and bigger, and then it hit me. But that's where we're gonna take a break.
Okay.
So everyone can get a pee break in. We're gonna take a short break.
Fantastic.
She's the one that I want with me when the sky comes crashing down to the sea. And I'll always trust her to roll 20. Everyone's excited because tonight we're playing D&D.
Sarah and Noah? No, I'm not concerned. The truth is you can't control your dreams. I once had a dream I was riding in a taxi with Sarah Michelle Gellar. Was I being unfaithful? No. Because I was the driver. But I have always wondered what it would have been like if we would have made it to 1630 Roveo Drive.
Sarah, did you hide your phone in the bathroom?
Sarah, say it isn't so.
I know. It's just until I get the email tonight from the contest.
Well, I can't play favorites. If they can't have their phone, you can't either.
I'm sorry. I promise. Oh my god, this is it. I didn't make the finals. You know what? It's fine. Maybe next time you won't submit me to some stupid contest before it's ready.
I don't hate clowns. I don't hate anything. I just think they're really stupid. I don't like anything about them, including the fact that they exist.
But at least someone saw it instead of having it just sit around.
Oh! Is that what I do? I just sit around?
I mean, that's not what I meant. What I meant was...
You know, it didn't make the finals because it wasn't ready, and you shouldn't have submitted it.
Oh, so now this is my fault?
Yes, this is absolutely your fault.
Guys, come on, stop. You two have been friends for way too long to let this come between you, okay? Now, what is inside the box?
If Noah admits that losing is his fault, I will tell you what's inside the box.
Oh, you don't even know. Do you? Well, I guess we're gonna be here all night because it wasn't my fault.
Awesome. I live here.
Well, I do too.
Great.
Wonderful.
Sweet.
Cool.
Fantastic.
Splendiferous.
I guess I never thought about it. I mean, if the group broke up, I would probably just like... I don't know. Yeah, no, I'm fine. Really, I'm fine. Sarah just keeps a clown on her wall. Cool. There's literally nothing that can get me from under this blanket right now.
Haroldine!
No!
Go away.
Look, the party is not gonna survive without you. I may be the face and the muscle and the musk, but you're the brain. And right now, we need that chunky boy, obese, plus-size cranium of yours.
Go on.
You've always been the cement, the concrete, the gum and the spit.
The glue?
Yes, the glue stick. And right now, we have a problem only an honorary Mensa volunteer can solve. What's in the box?
The party is in danger.
Tell him, Gary.
Well, I think you both make valid points.
Gary!
Oh, now it's Gary's fault.
A to B conversation, Noah.
Why don't you see your way out of the shared space, Sarah?
Why do you suck a D, Noah?
Why don't you... Dang, E is always the hardest one.
You know what? This isn't fun. I'm really angry you won't just apologize.
Well, I'm sorry that you're angry.
Do something, Gary! Do something!
I never asked for this!
Like, will you just say sorry?
In the freaking box!
Just apologize, you jerk!
Don't hurt each other, 'cause he is your brother from another mother, and you don't want to be the reason why he is missing. And don't hurt each other. She is your sister from another mister, and you don't want to be the reason why she is missing. And don't hurt each other. An eye for an eye doesn't help the other, and you don't want to be the reason why the world is blind. Shut up, Gary. You know, to answer your question, if the group broke up, I'd put it back together.
Okay. Well, since you each faced your fears,
No, I haven't. Okay. My deepest, darkest secret is that I had a day where I lost a kid at school.
Oh my god, did you find him or her?
Yeah, I mean, they just showed up at the end of the day. I have no idea what happened.
They probably just, wandered off and got lost in another classroom or something.
Doubtful.
Wait, what? That's it? That can't be your darkest secret.
Yeah, I feel like I already knew that.
Well, it is, okay? And now we're done. He who is without sin cast the first stone. Or choose not to throw things at all. That's what I teach my preschoolers. Also, I teach them to admit when it's their fault.
it was a hard-fought battle, but in the end, you managed to defeat Night Terror. With her last gasping breath, you feel her magical barriers start to disappear into the air. Can I just say how proud I am?
I'll let you back over here. You should be in purgatory.
Purgatory!
Take that.
Get out!
Don't look at me. Back away.
Back away. Honestly.
Dude, you're so slow. You're so slow.
Oh my god.
I'd say this went pretty well, all things considered. And that's the thing about D&D, you know. Anything can happen. And we get pretty crazy sometimes. But, you know, really at the end of the day, it's nobody's fault and we're all in this together. Ow.
I love kids. I'm a preschool teacher. But you know what? At the end of the day, I love giving them back more. is like music to my ears right now.
Wow.
What's up, everybody?
And
I never know anything. How's it going? We're back.
Hi.
Delay.
Speaking of things flying towards your face, Rezik.
Beautiful segue. Good job.
Right.
Yeah, the segue writer.
Nailed it.
I'm the king of segues. It's dark. It's hard to see. Things are flying everywhere. You're kind of going up the staircase, and right as you start to follow these guards that ran up into this hallway, boom, you hear a crash, and you hear someone saying, "Dad, Dad, Dad," and then all of a sudden, like dominoes, those guys just start falling right back down the hallway at you. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Can I actually try to catch him?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So athletics.
So with disadvantage. No.
That's actually terrible. It's a 4.
What?
It's a 4.
14.
4. So yeah, you do the right thing. You're like, these are my brothers. I'm not gonna let them fall down the stairs because they're probably gonna break their necks. I'll catch them and break their fall using my body. So these guys come dialing down, and you just go. Ooh. Trust. I think you were right behind him, right? You
I
said
have
you
no
wanna go
idea.
up the
I
stairs?
just said I want to scuttle up the stairs, and I don't know in
So,
what order
so
that
you
happened.
kind of start scuttling up the stairs, and then you see a whole band of very tall humanoids falling back down the stairs at you. What are you gonna do?
Who all is wrapped up in this? Is it Dresden and old
No,
man
so-
Pup or no?
No. It's like 3 just random humans in like armor with swords falling down the stairs on top of Rezik, who's in the back of this train about to just eat.
Oh my.
Okay, so Ryzik's in front of me, and they're all coming down.
Yeah. So like they're
Okay.
falling like at you.
Sure, yeah, I got, can I like lean around Rezik to cast a spell, or do I, or like go
Yeah.
through his legs?
You can. Yeah, absolutely. You can. Well, what are you trying to do?
I
First,
want to cast Thunder Wave at them so they can pass the other way.
You learn that lesson.
You're on stairs.
Go right for
You're
it.
my favorite. You know, I just love the possibilities with what could happen.
And you obliterate the stairs.
You not only
These ones aren't
Thunder Wave,
rickety looking.
so you got to get your
I would
horn
like to poke my
in between his legs. To get that.
Be careful.
You feel this like you feel just for a
Not gonna be able to have
second, Rezik, you just feel rumbling coming from in between your legs. Now, Daye, give me a.
Oh wow.
Your charisma spellcaster, give me just a straight charisma check. So just add your charisma to a d20.
My voice might change too.
18.
18, yeah. So you feel this tingling happening right near your
Thank
nether
God.
bits, and that
What?
tingling
Jaymes,
feeling
move aside!
washes kind of up your dimply thigh and then outward away from your body, just giving you that, you know, the essence right before boom, just this thunderous, like a depth charge going off in this tiny hallway. Everybody who's in this hallway, including you, Daye, give me a Constitution saving throw as this
It's only
loud
supposed
noise
to go
starts
forward.
to blow out your eardrum.
Oh God. Am I safe up on the second level?
You get advantage on the save.
No.
Great.
Good 10.
I'm a 5.
My son!
What was it? Athletics? What was it?
Constitution saving throw.
Oh, okay.
Your class gets that proficiency.
You can try. Okay. That's a 13 for me.
With advantage? Okay. And then- What'd you get, Rezik? 10. 5. All right. So you're right. The sound is going away from you, Trust, but you just hear ever so slightly just this. It's like boom. Just this stinking sound in your ears, and you're like,
Mwah.
It's that like Saving Private Ryan noise.
you notice so those guards in front of you just go against the wall and then fall down. Most of them just a crumpled mess of like human being, one of which is just holding his ears and rocking back and forth, just screaming. And that other guy that you grabbed, Dresden, he as well grabs his ears and he's just like, oh, my ears! Oh,
what?
God, damn it!
What?
As that happens, Pup, you can kind of notice from the end of the hallway, you hear, what's going on over there? What's going on? And
I thought he went out the window!
Dad!
Son!
Get over it! Get back over it! Mwah.
Yeah, so Pup, you can still hear. Dresden, it didn't deafen you, but it definitely didn't feel good. Luckily, you had your head buried into this guy's chest, so that absorbed that depth.
Nice.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Rezik, you still fall down the stairs, even though that wave goes through your legs. You still fall like straight down the stairs and fall on your back.
That means I probably go with him because I'm in between his legs.
Well, no, you went under his legs, so his legs went. You were down here, and his legs were here, and he kind of fell over down the stairs. Yeah, because you ducked your head down, like, whoop, on your back. And then you kind of hit the ground, and it kind of knocks the wind out of you. So it's gonna be like a turn. You don't take any like permanent damage, but you're gonna you're stunned for a second. Yeah, Dresden, you can't hear really for a second. I mean, it's not like you have the ring or the deafness. It's just like you're taken aback for a second. Yeah, and you slowly start hearing, he's out there, he's out the window.
Dad. I crawl over to where my not dad is.
And then you hear mixed in death. You hear mixed in death.
Try to like scoop you
Never
up.
take me alive. You sons of bitches. You sons of bitches. Ah. And you see like just crumpled bodies wrestling around.
Oh gosh. What's his name again?
Galadale.
Galadale, yeah.
Galadale, shut up!
Oh, now they know you know his name. Great. I whispered to you.
I mean, I assume that. I mean, everyone who could hear is Blubs, right?
You guys hear. And then for a second, you hear a scream, like a big cat roar. All of a sudden, you just hear this echo through the hallway. And Dresden, as you turn around, you see two guys jump up and book it. No words, they just book it. And at the end of the hallway, you see what looks like a big old lion.
They went that way. Mop, and I shut the door.
Yeah, and you hear you hear these padded feet kind of step out, and then Pup, into the doorway you see like this cat head just kind of a big cat head with a big old mane kind of pop in. Hey! And then slowly you see his form just kind of, his bones, his shoulders start creaking, and they move and they mutate, and you just see Galadale kind of form back up into his shape. Hi. I'm kind of against the ropes here. If you could help me out, it's good to see you.
We've been trying, but you won't shut up.
Yeah, get out of here.
Maybe
Stop
we should
talking.
maybe we should get the hell out. Well, we can.
Okay. By we
Who are
mean
you
you.
again? I don't know that I've ever met you before.
Me?
Are you another room?
This is my dad.
That's your dad.
No, it's Pop. Pop. What do you mean you don't recognize me? It's Pop. We've been in the forest. We're best friends.
This is your pop.
Resistance!
This is your Da.
Resistance! Oh, my back.
You gotta maybe sit down. Are those other two people still in the room?
So there's a. I mean, it's the the woman who was getting hurt. Yeah. She's still just like, they're just like, like hoping that the blanket will give them any sort of protection. Just you see just eyes.
Like from the monsters under the bed, you can't let your foot go out.
Exactly.
Except it's a lion that's talking to us. Well, person thing. Seriously, leave now. We'll find you, but get out of here.
Daladale kind of tips his hat to you,
like that.
and then he kind of kicks out more of the window, like the sharded window, and then just starts quickly scampering down this window, and then runs off kind of into the night. Just as you hear more commotion coming from downstairs, it seems like another set of commission guards are gonna come upstairs.
All right, Dad, come on, back to bed, Dad. Back to bed. And I just start leading Pup out of the room like a deranged old man.
Pop. I guess I really am Pop at that point.
As you guys hear all that commotion, you hear kind of a whistle off in the distance, and all the commission guards you hear shouting, "He's over there! He's over there! We saw him! He's out of the building!" And you hear everyone kind of file out of this room and go running off, and as they go trucking off, you hear their boots against the pavement and the cobblestone and the gravel kind of run off into the night, and this weird eerie silence just kind of blankets itself over this inn. You guys kind of hear like wheezing sounds coming from the bottom of the stairs as Rezik's trying to catch his breath. You hear
I'll go tend to him.
You those people crunched up in the bed, like just terrified for their lives.
I slowly shut the door and I just go, "You saw nothing," and then I shut the door.
Yeah, and as you're shutting the door, they're like, "We saw nothing. We saw nothing."
I finally wander out of my room. What I missed?
Son of a bitch.
Let me ask you, do you have a lot of chest hair? Normal with the chest hair? Are you
I think
bare?
it's probably. I think it's probably a lot. I think it's probably a lot of chest.
Can you even see skin underneath it?
The halfling
It's it's heart shaped. It's curly. It probably goes up to like my collarbones.
Right, nice.
Probably runs down pretty thick down the center.
Heart shaped.
Heart shaped.
I like that.
Yeah, you've got some big chops. So it might run right down.
You guys see this halfling, this familiar halfling, kind of step out of his room with chest hair that can only be described as bountiful. And it's kind of in his his nightwear,
which I'm hoping is some form of clothing.
It's clothing. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's whatever it is.
You can never tell.
Turns out it's the same thing as the day wear. It's just more chest hair is involved. Shirts unbuttoned.
That's great.
Okay. All
Very
right.
Hasselhoff.
I felt like we needed that visual. All right. Cornelia, what are you doing through all this?
Howard chest hair.
I just want to know what you're doing. I mean, you're fully welcome.
I've been
to,
at the bottom. Yeah,
never do
I've
magic,
been
I
at the
hope
bottom. Just, I think I'm gonna just, hang out for a little bit because I'm not feeling that great anymore.
I'm gonna check on both of them. Like, it's everyone. I said,
Yeah.
Cornelia, how are we doing?
I mean,
Nurse.
It's hard to tell because it's dark. I mean, you have dark vision, so you can see them.
Is this inn not lit?
The inn is basically got lights near the front desk on the first floor with that guy who even and you notice that guy still just kind of sitting there at the front. Seems like none of this fazed him at all. He was like,
It's not that oats.
yeah, it's that oat wheat.
I will cast. I'm gonna cast my dancing lights and leave them with Rezik and Cornelia, because I want to go up and talk to Dresden and Pup about Cornelia.
You're gonna leave dancing lights. All right.
Can I do that?
Cornelia, yeah. Give me. You and Trust. Give me a perception check. God, I'm gonna sneeze again.
Let's see him.
Thank you.
So sneezy.
I got a 17.
God, it just burns. All right, so Trust, you put up dancing lights, and you notice that man in the front at the desk.
Oh no.
He definitely clocks it, and you see him kind of just watch you go up. the
Oh, I
stairs.
thought he was gonna be dead. Okay.
He's just eyeing you, and it's not like he's trying to hide it. He's just kind of watching you walk away.
Can I blow him a kiss? I'll blow him
Yeah.
a kiss. Blow him a kiss.
Okay, you blow him a kiss,
1
and
second.
just you see this kind of smirk just out of the side of his mouth, and it's real dirty.
Gross. Regrets.
Mm-mm.
Oh! Back Okay, well,
Give me also Trust. Sorry. Trust. Give me a roll a D100.
So roll what multiple times? D10?
The D10 twice.
The double-digit D10 and a single-digit one if you've got him, or a softball.
roll. Yeah. Oh wait, Jason, roll a D20 or D100. Jason also roll. This has to
Rolling
be something
for me?
completely different. I always forget this.
Okay, hold on. I think I need to use the floor because otherwise it's gonna fall off the table.
Sure.
Wait.
Make a hole in your floor.
We're taking a moment.
It's still rolling.
It's still rolling. Still
25.
rolling.
25.
Still rolling.
Okay.
It stopped. What did we get?
Also 25. Can you imagine?
Could you imagine?
What are the odds of that?
I want
55.
I want a D100.
55. All right. That has been clocked.
Oh yeah, that is a
Just
circle.
for you, Jason. 25. All right. So when you cast dancing lights, you notice that I talked about that voice in the back of your mind, in the dark part of your mind, where you kind of like keep all those not negative thoughts, but the pessimistic mind in the back of your head, that voice that's a little less joyful than the others. When you cast that spell, you kind of feel that that piece of your mind not awaken, but almost stir in its sleep, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Just for I didn't realize it was a negative thing in the back of my head. I thought it was just okay. So it's like where my negative thoughts are stored. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, like, you don't really know what it is, but that's the kind of emotions you get, when you're feeling a little bit. It's almost like this negativity, this mood. It puts you in like a mood where you're almost just longing for something, a quick fix, a piece of chocolate or something, just something. Okay. You feel like it's hard to explain, but it's something you emotionally you almost want or need.
Okay.
That's it.
But just when I cast the dancing lights, not when I cast.
Yeah, it was when you cast dancing lights, and it was so faint and fleeting and only for a moment, but that's like the best way you could rationalize it. And it's weird because that's never happened before to you. And it felt very similar to what happened when the Bourgeois kind of went into your heart and stirred things up.
Okay.
That's it.
Good to know. So I'm good to go up.
Yes, I'm sorry.
No. I just wanted to.
That was sidebar.
Sidebar. Right. So I'm gonna knock on Dresden and Pup's door.
Do you know which one's theirs?
No.
2.1 and 2.2.
Cornelia
All right.
will yell.
You're gonna knock on the first door. First door on your left or first door on your right?
Right.
All right. So you knock on the door and you instantly hear a ah, 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 I saw nothing. I saw nothing. I saw nothing.
Have a nice evening, Mum. Knock on the left.
All right, Dresden, you hear a knock on the door.
Yeah.
Can I come in, please?
Yeah, come on in. Door opens outward.
I open the door outward.
Oh my god.
Hey.
So I just wanted to update you. It didn't. I don't think Cornelia's quite well. I don't think she slept all night. We might need to have her smoke the druggy things and just really keep an eye on her.
All right. I mean, I don't think any of us really slept the night though. Is the night even over? What time is it?
We slept through the day, didn't we?
Midnight. Yeah, well, you guys basically slept. You guys you got to the thing like maybe at like 2 or 3 o'clock, and then you guys crashed for about 8 or 9 hours, and then in the middle of the night you were awoken.
All right, but we got our 8.
Yes, most of you got your 8.
Yeah.
The exception.
The important ones. Important.
No. Important people.
I remember that. I heard that. Can I roll a d20?
That wasn't in the Dresden voice, so I didn't actually say it.
There's a difference.
All right. Well. All right. So yeah.
Listen, I'm just saying, I'm concerned. I don't want this to get worse. I think she should just smoke the damn thing, and we can watch her, make sure she doesn't chew her own hand off.
All right. I mean,
We have a lot of
said-
rope left. We could probably just tie her down.
That's horrifying, but yes. The Bourgeois said she had like a year, though. No.
Well, if she doesn't sleep at night, I don't think she's gonna last a year. No
It's a
sleep.
fair point. Yeah. No, there's a certain logic that can be applied there. I'll give you that. Okay. Well, what do you want to do? You want to wait till the morning? Yeah. How bad is this?
If we do it now, she should be hopefully good by the morning so we can still have her tomorrow.
If you're asking me personally, I would rather get this whole illness business over and done with, so we don't have to worry about it ever again.
All right. Go get her. Bring her up here.
Have we asked her what she wants to do?
Well, we'll do that. I'm just letting you know how I feel.
God.
Just pull me up there and tie me down.
Doing drugs!
Smoke it!
All right. Let's at least get a little hole in the window or something so that she can breathe out that. I don't think all of us need to be.
Do you have like a toilet paper roll and some
Dryer sheets?
laundry
Yeah.
sheets?
Yeah, they're in my bag.
Okay.
Yeah. I bring them everywhere. Yeah. My nickname in the commission was Sploof.
Yes!
That's so funny!
But no, I actually don't have a toilet paper roll. So go get her.
I'll do that. I'll go get her.
All right.
I'll help get Cornelia too.
Okay. So you guys grab Cornelia. Oh, what are you doing, Rezik?
I guess I'll just follow and see what's happening.
All right. So you guys all crowd into like one room. There's like no room at all. Cornelia and Trust have to basically sit on somebody's shoulders to like fit in this room right now.
I'm into it.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys are all just crammed like sardines in this room.
Sick.
Can you take my weapons, please?
Yeah.
Not my gold.
You can keep the gold. What? All right. I don't think we need to really tie her up. Actually, we can probably just watch her.
Play it by ear. See what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, if she tries to gnaw her own hand off, we can probably stop her from doing that.
I'm squirrely. I don't know, guys.
Well,
Feel
it's
What
your
are we
hand.
doing? Hey, what's happening?
I like punch a hole in the window or the boarded up window or whatever.
All right. Yeah. It's pretty loose, so you easily just kind of break it open.
Mm-hmm.
And when you punch the wall, you hear that cracking sound just off in the distance. You hear from across the hall.
Yeah, they're about to get so scared. All right, hey, look at me.
Go smoke with them.
You ready to do some drugs?
Yes, sir.
All right, Rezik, light it up.
Are we having you smoke the weird herbal stuff the Bourgeois gave us?
Yeah, it's definitely herbal. Rezik.
Yeah, that's
It's
what we're
definitely
doing.
herbal.
Ganji leaves.
Yeah.
Shouldn't we try to at least find
No.
someone else that could help with this instead of the guy who was ripping people's eyes out?
Let's just get this over with, okay? We can't be going to fight the pit people and the haxes, the hoaxes with her over here dying half the time.
I take out the purple.
Healthy.
Hey.
Either you light it or I eat this.
Listen to my pop.
Can we
Listen,
smell
I'm
it or look at it first?
The what?
Does it look weird? Does it smell weird?
Yeah, it does have it definitely has an odor to it.
A certain
the Donji leaves. Yeah, the Donji leaves.
Like a
certain
skunky
dankness to them. Yeah.
dankness.
Oh God.
All right.
Look, she can't sleep.
I want to speak about this more in the morning because I usually don't judge a book by its cover, but literally everything that happened in that room felt wrong. And I don't trust this guy at all. So
I really think you all
One.
weenies.
0.
Oh, no. All right. Pup, give me a Constitution saving throw.
I just put it in my mouth. I don't chew it. I just put it in my mouth.
Yeah.
Can I try to use Mage Hand to grab it out of her hand before she eats it?
30 in her mouth.
All right, it would be a dexterity off. You can use your Arcana, and you can use what's it? Acrobatics.
Sick. Oh, sick. 14.
21.
All right, it's in your mouth when these two, just a hand, this weird invisible hand that can barely even fit in the room, just goes hup, and just grabs 2 fingers, holding up this steaming thing. Your hand, the hand itself, starts to that purple starts to float into the hand. The hand just starts to grow bigger.
Well, before it does that, before all this stuff happens, I drop it into my hand, my regular hand.
Okay. Roll an Arcana check. Roll another Arcana check. So this hand you've created, you feel like your connection, your control over this thing, it's almost being sustained on its own without your mind anymore. So what'd you get?
16.
A 16, yeah. So it almost fights you, and then poof, it drops the thing into your hand, and then goes back to being your mage hand.
Wait, no, I bought that. Give it back.
Let's
my shiny.
put away
My shiny.
No.
My shiny. My shiny. Give it back.
I apologize, Pup, but let's discuss this a little bit more before we start just ingesting random drugs, I think.
Speaking of which, you ready to do some drugs?
What am I?
I mean, it's entirely up to Cornelia if she wants to do it, but I would just suggest to think about it a little bit before you do it because he did seem really evil.
He also wants our help.
I also
Why would
want
he
my
kill us?
oats.
Well, he's also the reason that Fizz
He
is
did-
missing an arm and your voice is all messed up. So consider that as well.
This is how I've always sounded, you big lug.
Your voice changed.
Yeah, you lug.
You were
It's a
injured.
lug.
Corn pop.
You sound
I think I sound nice.
Well, Rezek, I agree
I'd
with
say
you.
it sound nice,
he
but-
did seem a little evil. So there is definitely the opportunity that this is going to be a bad thing. But it
What
was
did
the
you
only
gain
way
from
he
that,
said.
though?
Yeah, exactly. It would be one less person to help us, to help him fight his own battles. So theoretically
Learn
speaking, I
transaction.
think, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's something that will actually help. What dose will help, I don't know. We're gonna have to find that out.
Give me a knowledge nature check.
Okay.
Do me good.
12.
All right, you don't know this specific herb, but being a nomadic, you definitely have a lot of weird folklore and knowledge that like there's certain herbs and stuff you've used in the field to heal things. So you know that a lot of herbs have healing properties when used correctly. So like it's not so far-fetched. Excuse me. It's not so far-fetched that this could heal her. Now, whether it's going to or not, you have no clue, but it's not like a far-fetched idea that, you know, the natural healing power of herbs, especially with like the odor like of sage and things like that, and its power to cleanse and things. That's a pretty big part of your culture. So like, it's not crazy at all, at least to Kelwise, that this could heal her.
So I impart that knowledge to everyone else in an eloquent manner.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure we're gonna find a better place to
Just give it one
do
puff.
drugs,
We'll
right?
see how it goes. No,
There would have been a
slap it
horse.
on.
There was a horse running down the hallway not 20 minutes ago. People aren't gonna bat an eye at someone doing drugs.
Yeah, no,
The
people
one
clearly are
downstairs
doing drugs.
gave me
in
that
this room
shiny.
anyway.
This ain't a fancy palace, mate.
I won't hold you up, but Cornelia, it's your choice. I'm not gonna get in your way of obviously. It's, you know, your choice, but
If you
I just
dare.
wanted to think about it a little bit before we did it. So whatever you decide, go for it.
I think I'm going to ask for it to be lit and maybe smoke or smell the smoke before I take a hit.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
And so, but before that happens, who's in the room and who is outside of the room?
Well,
Because we should probably
Everybody.
We're all in the room.
be strategic about this.
Yeah, I'll step out of the room and kind of just watch. I'll stand guard for a little bit.
I'll also step out of the room.
Well, we're in the two connected rooms, so I would put
Fitz is on
Cornelia in
on
the
the ground.
furthest in room.
Yeah, with Fitz.
Yeah, well, let's take him out of there.
We should
Yeah.
put her in the room with the window.
Yeah, that's
The furthest in room.
No. The first in room doesn't have any windows.
Oh, got it.
The room you're in has the window, especially the little hole that Dresden punched in.
Oh.
The
Well,
secondary connecting
I'll
to
put Fitz
smaller
back.
rooms don't have. Yeah. So if you guys all went to the connecting room,
Yeah.
you'd be safe.
Fred, you want to be in the hallway? The rest of us out in the other room.
I'm sorry, who?
Rez.
Oh yes, I'm gonna be in the
Yeah,
hallway.
He's very.
I'll be in the hallway with Red
Responding.
too. I'm gonna join Rez in the hallway too. So at least two of us will be
All right.
All right.
Who's gonna light this?
Oh, hey Rezek. You want to light some
Right.
drugs you don't condone?
Enabler.
You've got it. And I just say
Thanks, bud.
presto, and the end of the joint lights up.
Like magic.
All right.
No. Who else is it? You guys are all. So you're the only one in the room, right? Cornelia?
Can I be in there? I'm gonna stay in there with her.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
Sure. All right. So you remember what he says. You have to take in a breath and hold it in your lungs for a couple seconds before you let it out. So healing magic can coat your lungs with this stuff.
And does it Just by smelling the smoke that's coming off, does it irritate me or like do I
mean, it's a little bit off-putting, as you've never really like had anything like this before.
I would like to do a detect poison and poisonous creatures and diseases check for my first time.
Okay.
Level 2, bitches.
We didn't even have to have a conversation about it.
Yeah, I mean, you look it over. It looks like the leaves that he said they were. It looks on the straight and narrow. You don't detect any kind of poisons or anything coming from this wrapped up leaf wad.
Excellent.
Yeah, so
Alright.
I don't think it's poisonous in any means. It doesn't seem malicious. All right.
Doesn't seem poisonous, and now I'm going back out in the hallway to not.
Join me.
Yeah. So.
All right, I'm gonna take it.
All right. So you take a big hit. You hold it in your lungs, and then, and it's weird because you're holding it for 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 minutes, 4. You don't even remember breathing out. You probably did at some point, obviously, or else you'd be dead. But that was way after this room. You know, it's dark, so you can see with dark vision, but there's no color until, oh man, there is color. There's a lot of color in this room, and Pup uses that magical ability she has to like transform, and she looks kind of like a
I want to transform into Cornelia when she does this.
Okay, well, as she starts transforming Cornelia, you see Pup turn into Cornelia, but she's Cornelia with like pine needles and branches coming out of her, and she's got like this knight helmet that just slowly descends onto her head, and suddenly she lifts up the front mask part, and it's your face staring back at you as you slowly take a quill and a piece of parchment, and you start drawing a self-portrait of yourself, but it's not even yourself. It's this weird kind of mechanical clockwork version of yourself as you take oil and you start oiling all of your joints. And that's right after you start putting on this very beautifully laced dress. And Pup, you start seeing her just dance around, and in a few times she's just saying tick tock, tick tock.
Oh, I absolutely join.
She's dancing around, and you start joining, and you start to smell the smell of the smoke in the air. Give me a Constitution saving throw, Pup.
Hell yeah.
Put it out. Somebody's to put it
out. A con what?
Constitution save.
15.
15. All right, yeah. You start to feel lightheaded, but you don't necessarily see anything nearly as strange as Cornelia herself. Cornelia, give me a Constitution saving throw.
If it's been like 30 seconds, I'm taking a huge breath going in there and putting that thing
aren't
out.
we in there with them? We didn't.
You guys are in the second room with
Trust. You can stay in the room, Trust, if you want.
Yeah, where's Trust?
Yeah, I was staying. I was
terrible
leading
idea.
them.
All right, Trust, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I thought. Oh, because of the smoke. Oh, Jesus. I thought.
Worst part of the moment.
I send with my brain.
two.
Rezik, you may have been right.
15.
All right, same. You're just lightheaded and woozy. The air, it's hard. There's just not enough oxygen in the room. It's being sucked into the void. And then that hole in the window is definitely helping vent. So it's not just sitting stagnantly, but Cornelia, would you roll?
Constitution saves 13.
A 13. All right. So after that, you don't know how much time has passed. And for all of you guys, she's just dancing in the room, and suddenly suddenly those branches that make your hair. Yeah, you put it out quickly.
Thank you.
I got about half of it. If you ever needed to use it again or its healing properties, you got it, right? You guys are just a bunch of contraband wielding heroes.
Gimme.
Are we heroes?
Hair.
We're the bad guys.
Hair. So dry, it's broken, it's scratchy. So you immediately, you know that there's this mud treatment back home that some people would put in their hairs to like condition it. So you grab this mud that's now flowing out of the walls. You grab this mud and you just start rubbing it all over her hair. You guys see her take this blanket and she's just moisturizing this mud to her head right now.
Happy it's a blanket.
Just isn't enough because there's this chest in front of you full of locks, and oh my god, you're gonna pick every single one of these locks. Now, Pup, you entrust. Cornelia just walks straight up to you, and then she looks, and then she takes out this lock pick, these thieves' tools. And she starts getting closer to your nose, closer and closer.
Just shove her away.
Man, she is gonna unlock the potential of your brain.
Oh, as she does that, I'm gonna grab her hands and like spin her around to try to keep dancing.
Okay,
That's her.
So these drawers, 2 drawers shoot out, grab your hands and start spinning you around, not letting you pick the locks. These locks that you just are dying to be picked, and yet the temperature in this room is dropping. It's cold. It's really cold, and oh no, this dresser is gonna die.
Oh god.
The dresser is so cold it might drop dead, and it's up to you to warm up this dresser, because if you're gonna unlock its secrets, you have to warm it up. So how do you warm up this dresser?
Can we tie her down?
I want to find a blanket.
Yeah,
Put it
all you have
over
is
and-
conditioner mud. That's all you have.
And I wanna get in the drawer to warm it up because body heat.
Okay, all right. So immediately Cornelia, spinning around, tries to crawl into your clothing with you.
I let her.
Okay, yeah. So you crawl into this cabinet, and this cabinet has a hanger in it. Strange. That's the only thing in this cabinet. It's more of a closet inside than a cabinet. It's strange. There's just a hanger sitting there, a hanger, and then you look, and on this hanger you see this very nice jeweled purse hanging from this hanger. But you know it's like dripping. There might be some kind of liquid inside, and it's dripping on this really nice now closet. And so you feel compelled, like you gotta protect this closet somehow. So what do you do?
Anyone else? I'm gonna walk toward it and
All right.
touch it.
All right. Yeah. So Pup, Cornelia like climbs up your clothes. Her hand comes out of the top of your shirt and just starts tapping your ear. Your earlobe is just like dangling, and it's just getting tapped ever so slightly. Now roll another Constitution save, Cornelia. Sorry.
I knock on the door at this time and go, "How's it going in there?"
14, good.
Yeah.
Are we afraid? Are we not opening the door in the middle because we're afraid the smoke will get everyone? Or like, why? I missed why the door closed.
Because we're trying not to get Fitz high and dead.
Yeah.
But it's out, right? The joint thing is out now?
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's still,
for the most part, clearing out. It's clearing out now. It's only been like 10 minutes. So like that hole in the window is helping, but because there isn't like a throughway for the air, it's just slowly going out, and there's new air coming in, but not quickly. Yeah. You realize, Cornelia, you've made a terrible, terrible mistake, and you need to erase all these mistakes. You have this whole cabinet. It's just wrong. It's just wrong, and you have this big eraser. It's this big. It can only be described as like a rubber ball, and you can use it to scratch off all the mistakes that this closet. It's just shoddy workmanship. It's quite frankly offending how bad they put this closet together. Like, who would hang their clothes here? You need to erase it immediately. Cornelia just starts rubbing her head all up and down your body, just rubbing against your fur, your shoulders, your arms. She's just rubbing you.
I accept the pets.
Yeah.
My leg starts doing the thing.
And you know, it appeared before, but before you erase it, there's a pair of really nice shoes at the bottom of this closet. It would be a waste. Totally a waste to get rid of these shoes. So like, you grab these shoes. They're very furry. These furry shoes, they look warm. So you pop them on your feet. And you guys see her just staring at her feet. Her tiny, tiny toes. She's just staring very close, like just like a microscope, putting her feet under the microscope that is her eyes. And you see this giant on your toes. There's numbers and letters printed on your toes, and each of your toes is a button that could speak a whole paragraph on the shoddy workmanship and the tree dancing. And you start to scribe using your toes. You start to scribe your adventures in this land, because it would be so terrible if you were to forget this. And the words start coming out of your toes, and they make this pathway. It's this long road that stretches in front of you, and it's your life. It's your life story. It's your autobiography. And this road flows out the window, and you feel your future self being sucked through this small hole in the wall, and you feel compelled to do whatever you can to get through this hole to go with your future self, because you don't want to be left behind. So you guys see Cornelia just grab this hole in the wall. Give me a strength check, Cornelia.
Please be a 2.
And I knock again. Hey, how's it going? Didn't get a response last time.
Well, it's not, great, but it could be worse.
What do you mean not great? Describe not great.
She's climbing up Pap's clothes and rubbing blankets in her hair. And,
She's fine. She's doing fine.
Do we need to bring the rope?
No.
Maybe.
No.
Maybe.
She's just dancing and giving me pets. This is the best.
Okay. Well, if you need the rope, just holler.
I rolled an 8.
An 8. Yeah, so you see Cornelia start punching the walls, kind of desperately trying to get out, to the point where it's almost concerning. Like she's probably
me still as her. I want to, like, if she's punching a wall, I want to like go underneath her like arm and like go nose to nose with her. Be like, shouldn't we go to sleep now?
Yeah, roll one more Constitution save, Cornelia.
12.
12. You say that to her. She looks at you, and she says, "Oh, closet," and then falls into your arms, passed out.
I put her on the bed.
Okay. Yeah, and you look at her knuckles, and her knuckles are pretty bruised. She looks like she's in just the deepest sleep that has ever been.
Pretty sure I've seen someone do this in the forest before.
Yeah. You do notice though, and it's maybe been an hour now where she just, it's like weird. Something lasts for a little while, and then she's on to the next thing. You do notice though, she's breathing a little easier. Daye, you would notice, or Trust, you would notice, because you were in the room with her and you heard that wheezing and the coughing. That seems to have subsided a little bit, and she's now just breathing this air and these deep, deep breaths, and she seems to be at peace.
All right. She sounds better. Should we let the boys in?
Yeah. And then I shake back into pup. I'll just open the door.
Hey, she's asleep now.
Great. Is she okay?
Her breathing is much easier.
Right. Well, I'm glad it worked out, hopefully. I'm gonna head back to my room if everyone is okay. Did you want to hang out, or is everyone gonna go back to bed, or what's the plan? It's the middle of the night, so I don't know.
Just want to
Might as well just spend the rest of the night like this, I think.
Okay.
I should
Just
probably
one.
take a nap. I got boo-boo.
Right. Good idea.
Yeah. What about Dalladale, do you think? Should we... I mean, obviously we'll wait till the morning, but how do you think we should try to meet up with them again? Do you think they'll find us? Do you think we should head to the designated location we had spoken about earlier?
Yeah, at some point.
Maybe that'll be our first task in the morning? It's not a morning place.
Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna find him again. Listen for the shouts, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, just look for any horse that's inside a building. I mean, I'm not honestly all that concerned about finding him again. Looks like he has no
Really?
problem
You're the one who
finding us.
sent him away?
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna need all the people we can get to go and get into the pit. Go get that
Sure.
amulet.
Sure, but if he gets us thrown in the pit before that, that's not really helpful for us, is it?
Yeah.
No.
All right.
Feeling you'll probably find us anyway.
Anyone hungry?
So let's not. I mean,
Not really.
I could eat. It's late though, but
It's about
Can I
2
go ask
a.m.
the
right now.
shopkeeper?
I'll just go back
Does
to
the-
sleep.
It's a city. There's someone selling kebabs, right? Can I ask the shopkeeper if there's someone in the neighborhood who's like a hot dog vendor? I don't know.
Got any other late night snacks?
Yeah.
Bacon wrapped hot dogs, LA dogs.
There's
Yeah,
still a
those
couple
carts.
taverns
Yeah, right.
that are open. There's some taverns that are still open in the area. You're on the edge of Raven's Nest, so it's not completely like shoddy, but like it's not like a nice neighborhood. You could probably find like the equivalent of a hot dog vendor.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't eaten in like 2 days, so it seems like probably a good idea. Maybe we'll eat, then we can nap again.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go with you. Let's
That's
get
what Kel-
some
that's what
snacks for
Kelwise
everybody.
wants.
Okay, so you guys wander onto the streets, and it's about 2 o'clock in the morning, and the streets are they're still lively. There's a lot of people in this area that they live in Raven's Nest. They're home. Like if you said, "Hey, where do you live?" and they say, "Oh, I live, I don't live on 21 First Street. I live in the city. I live wherever I'm sleeping for the day." So again, like the streets are literally their home. So there's just, you see tons of people just huddled up on the street, trying to stay warm as best they can. Some huddled together, some in these, every once in a while you see dilapidated buildings. Just it's nice to have like a roof over your head, even if it's a roof full of holes. You guys kind of walk through the streets and you find a pretty lively tavern, still kind of going full tilt. You hear a little bit of music, you hear, hundreds of voices kind of just chattering in the night. And you hear the clinking of glasses and the moving of alcohol.
Does the tavern have a name?
Yeah, it
Out of
does have
curiosity.
a name.
The cleft palate.
Didn't he say it? I thought it was full tilt.
It is now.
Name.
Full Tilt Tavern. Great.
Full tilt. Yeah, and it looks a lot of like the people here. They look like honest, very honest people. They look like honest kind of blue collar style people. No one's got like shady eyes. No one's standing in the corner just veering at everyone. It seems like everyone's just having a drink.
Well, I'd like to get in there and as quickly as possible get us some food and get out. bring it all back to the to the end where we're
Yeah,
at.
the two of you walk in. A couple people eye you, kind of looking down on you. The bartender.
Why? 'Cause I'm short?
Yeah. And you know, I mean, you're the only non-human in the room too. You clock that real quick, but that's not really. I mean, since you've gotten here, that's not really weird, right? Other than your group, like 90% of the population here seems to be human. So, I mean, you walk in and you're like, all right, well, here's another one of those people. So you walk in, the bartender kind of just leans way over the counter to see you. Oh, what can I get for you?
What do you have on the menu for food?
Oh, you want a dinner? Yeah. It'll be 4 coppers.
What's dinner?
Oh, I got some stew and some, I think we got some bread left.
That'll work. Do you do it to go?
To go? What do you?
Yeah, like in bowls, you know, that
We got
like we
stools
carry.
here. We'll serve you. You prop up here, you eat your stew, and you get the fuck out.
Can you point us to some place that might sell some stuff we can kind of just
Meat pies.
carry with us? Some meat, some kebabs, something
What,
jovial?
Like a general store.
No, not at all. More like a stand I can buy food at that sells it to go.
You want me to point you to my competitors?
All right. Well, Kelwise, let's go.
You want me to
find,
undersell myself? Look, we
somewhere
got
that's a
stew.
little bit kinder
It's
than-
hot. You got some bread. You're more than welcome. I'll throw in a dollop of butter each. How about that?
What do you think, friend?
I want to say let's get 2 or 4, and I don't know. I don't even know. I want to get everything back to everyone else. Stew doesn't travel. Bread does. Maybe we could just order a lot of bread and butter.
Sure. I'm down for
bread
that.
and butter. All right. He kind of goes back and gets you like, he's like, so what are we talking? How much bread you gonna need?
We're gonna need at least. What do you sell by the loaf? Half loaf? Slice?
Yeah. How about 2 copper a loaf?
2 copper a loaf. Okay, great. Give us 7 loaves and butter.
Okay. Well, the butter's gonna be extra.
Please.
That'll be about 2 silver
That's
total.
fine.
All right.
Okay,
He gets
that's fine.
7 of these short kind of baguettes. They look like big dinner rolls. He gets 7 of those together, puts them on the counter, and then takes this big knife and slabs this greasy butter off the top of each one. So that it's like, it's this shimmering roll. And so yeah, you hand him the two silvers, and he kind of gives them all to you.
And
are you gonna want a drink to go with that? To go.
I can't carry it. I
You
can't
can
carry
carry
a
it
drink.
in-
I have 7 loaves of bread in my arms.
You can carry it in your belly if you down it fast enough.
I like the way you think. I'll pony up
All
for
right,
an ale.
All right, so 2 copper pieces. He like pours one, and he's like, I like your style. And he kind of scrapes off the head and then really fills it up to the brim and hands it to you. And this mug is like, the size of your head because it's made for a human, but
Yeah.
yeah.
And I just cheers and down it.
All right. Okay. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, jeez. Why? For drinking?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Alcohol is a poison.
Natural 20.
Oh,
Natural 20.
Yeah. So Rezik, you see him just down this ale that's like half the size of his body, and like a champion though, just like it's there, and it's gone. Puts it down, turns a few heads. You notice, grabs 7 rolls, and the bartender
Just give everyone the stink eye on the way
bartender
out.
kind of tips his hat at you, like, well done, well played. And you just feel this thing sloshing in your belly as you walk out. It's just a little bit of a poof going on down there because, you're full. And so you grab these loaves.
I play it cool.
And you walk out. You walk out of the bar with this greasy bread, which is kind of dripping now. It's kind of dripping all over the place. You know, the bread wasn't like solid. There's no like refrigeration. This butter was pretty liquid. All right.
And I just say, thanks for the hospitality. And as we leave, I just wave my hand, and a large kind of like black mark forms on the bar. Like it looks kind of like black goo almost, and it just sits there right next to the bar, right in front of the bartender as we leave.
This black goo just appears there.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So this black goo appears, and the bartender kind of jumps back, and he goes, "What the hell?
Yeah.
What the hell is this? What?" And he kind of like leans over, sniffs at it, pokes at it, and then when his finger goes through it, he's just like, "What the hell is this kind of black magic?" "Oh, it's a bad omen. I tell you, it's a bad omen. I've been telling me," and you just hear him telling a story about his parents, and he was like telling his Daye about the bad omens that are coming to get them, and he's just like, "Oh, it's another one. The black mark is coming for us."
And that will just sit there for an hour.
You're gonna sit there? Okay, so
the mark's gonna sit there for an hour, not me.
Oh, okay, yeah, and he can kind of see through it once he touches and notices it's an illusion, but he's still like freaking out about it. Has just no idea what it is, where it came from, how it came from. That's correct grammarage.
Yep.
Yeah. Why it came from, when it.
And
came
I help.
From whence it came.
I help.
What was that?
Carry the bread back to the end. I don't eat.
Okay. Yeah. So 4 hands is better than 2 small, tiny hands carrying loaves of greasy bread. So yeah, you guys can smell this bread and the butter like instantly when it walks. When you come in the room, it's pretty overpowering.
Congratulations, you made your first munchie run.
Yeah, can I taste a little bit of the bread? Does it taste good?
The bread, it's okay. It doesn't have much flavor. I mean, that's what the butter's for. Realistically, the bread is just like pure grain.
Then I'll pass my hand over the bread, and I'll just say presto, and I'll make the bread taste like really, really good, like cheesy garlic bread.
Ooh. All right. Yeah. So you dine on some garlic bread. And everyone else.
Is that for all of us? Or
for all
is
of
that
us.
just for residents?
Oh.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
It has this slimy, oozy texture that he adds to it for that mouthfeel.
No, it feels good.
Slimy, but satisfying.
It's very satisfying.
I'll try and feed somebody if it's. Let's call him Fritz.
Yeah, you go to feed Fitz. He's asleep when you walk into the room.
If he's asleep, I'll let him sleep. But
yeah, he's sleeping peacefully. He's a little pale.
I'll put it in front of his nose like you do to a dog, see if they'll wake up.
Yeah. It seems like he's in a kind of deep slumber.
Yeah, all right. I'll just leave it there for him.
All right. What are the rest of you doing?
I mean, I'll eat my bread.
I'm eating my bread.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm curled up next to Fitz.
All right. Yeah. So you guys kind of sleep for the rest of the night, and maybe around 10 o'clock in the morning.
Kill-wise a little bit before we pass over.
Oh yeah.
Possible.
Absolutely.
Just wanted to say that was very impressive in there. You are very patient with people.
It is what it is.
Well, how are you doing, by the way? I mean, after everything that happened, and I know you probably miss your brother a lot.
I do miss my brother. My belly's full of beer right now, so I'm pretty happy. I can't complain too much at the moment. It would be nice to get my brother back, but it's also good to be with my new family, maybe. You know, I've come to become rather fond of all of you that I'm here with, and of course, this is just Rezik hearing this, probably.
Yeah, sure.
So
I mean,
it's
but we're kind of in the room munching down on bread with Trust and Dresden, I think, right? Or
well, yeah. Then I'm not speaking very loudly. You know, I'm not trying to be like, hey everyone, you know, ha ha ha. You know, it's because I'm having that drunk. I'm having a drunk conversation with just Reza.
The rest of us
I'm
are
glad to hear that we all.
ignoring.
I'm really glad to hear that we all, you know, I think we're all getting along pretty well under the circumstances. It's good to have you with us.
It's good to be with you. And Rezek, how are you doing? Is your sister still following you? Is she still here?
I look back.
Yeah, she's sleeping in the corner.
I guess she is here to stay, so that's gonna be a thing.
Yeah. That's unimaginable. I mean, how are you coping with it? What do you think about it? What do you think we could do about it?
I mean, I'm not quite sure. I've never once thought that I could, you know, that my sister's ghost would suddenly appear and start talking to me, so I'm not sure what to do about this. I mean, I'll have to figure it out.
Does it make you happy?
I don't know. I mean, do you have any relatives that have passed away?
Yeah, my parents, but it was a long time ago, and it, you know, obviously it was tragic and sudden, and they were killed by a bullet, but they, you know, they went suddenly, and I've never seen them again since. It's not like their spirits have come to visit me in the afterlife. So that's something that I can't empathize with. It's utterly fascinating to me.
No, to me too. I mean, I'm sorry to hear about your parents, but you know, it's just, you know, imagining if they just suddenly popped up and appeared and they were talking to you, you wouldn't. I mean, what do you do? I don't know yet. So
go crazy. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think I would go crazy.
Well, thanks for the bread and the conversation. I appreciate it. I'm gonna head to my room.
Yeah, you as well. Have a good night.
Night all.
Good night.
I'm sleeping.
Yeah,
I'm sleeping.
You're
out.
Super out. A little bit of drool
Nice.
coming out.
Between
Yeah,
good
it's
sleep.
not like it's a deep, ugly sleep. The best kind of sleep where you just like nothing matters. I have no poise. I'm just gonna indulge.
You're always like on an arm and drooling, you know?
Yeah. Yes, I've
And James, I spend 4 hours in my room before morning comes, just going over spells that I'm learning, that I'm kind of teaching myself, and I take out all the art supplies we found in the Bourgeois maze, the paper, the paints, the charcoal, and I start kind of tracing different images for spells, and starting to kind of, in the middle of like, you know, different lines, I kind of like make sigils that go kind of in between and kind of flow through the art. And I'm kind of just like, I'm basically crafting like kind of a spell book kind of for the time, because I only have like loose paper, but it will work for now. But I'm gonna basically add 2 spells to my repertoire or whatever. And at the very end of all that kind of studying and practicing different movements and stuff and trying to get the wording right for each spell, I'm going to look over. Is Eva in the room with me?
I would assume you would have taken her with you when you went downstairs, right? She was sleeping in the corner, and you would have had to just wake her up and bring her downstairs with you.
I don't know. I mean, this whole time I kind of haven't really been saying anything to her because I'm not sure what to think about this.
Yeah,
Still.
she mostly follows you around and holds on to, like, she's pretty short still, so she kind of holds on to the cuff of your shirt when you guys walk around. She's just kind of always tugging on your shirt. So like, if you were gonna go downstairs, I mean, she was asleep, so she would have just stayed up there if you left her there.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll just I'm gonna leave her there because I really don't know what to think still. And I'll just start like after I'm done, I'll kind of put the papers to the side that I was working on, and I'll get a blank sheet and I'll kind of clear it off, and I'll start kind of like with some charcoal, just kind of like creating like kind of a circular shape for a face, and I'm starting to draw Eva because I haven't seen Eva in person in like a decade. So now that it's like kind of in my mind, I want to start drawing her, and I start, but I have a hard time, and the more I try, the more I'm kind of scribbling out and kind of erasing and trying to remember her face again, and I'm just, and I get too emotional, and I end up just kind of passing out on the desk, and some of the drawing has been smudged with tears, and I just fall asleep.
Okay. Yeah. So you do that all throughout the night, and the morning comes, and you kind of hear your door open, and then your door close. And you look up from your desk where you've got like, some charcoal and paint kind of smeared on your face, a little bit in your hands, in your arms, not a lot, a little bit. And you see Ava kind of walk into your room, and she's just like, I knew you'd be in here. And she shuts the door, and she jumps on your bed, and then just starts playing with all the stuff in the room, just laying about, rolling around.
I take a very deep breath. Eva.
Yeah?
Come over here.
Okay. She hops off the bed and walks up to you.
And I put back the papers that I was working on with the artwork. One is an image of a clock tower. And it's an alarm spell, and I have a bunch of sigils all throughout it, and I've painted it and everything, and I just look at her and I say, this is missing something, but I can't figure out what it is. What should I add to this?
Your clock tower?
Yeah,
Does it have a clock?
I have the dial here, and
does it have
structure?
Does it have a tower?
Yeah, it has everything here. What's it? Does it have anything?
Does it have any friends?
Friends? Yes, we should add friends. Of course.
You're not silly. I don't want it to be alone.
Of course. Let's add a little friend next to it. Huh?
Yeah.
That'll kind of be like you.
I'm a friend?
Of course you're my friend.
Oh, I thought I was your sister.
Well, of course, you're more than a friend. You're my sister. I'm sorry, it's just been... Let's draw that smaller tower. And I start just drawing it and kind of asking her to help me out with like thinking of different things for it and the background.
Yeah, so she basically describes a tower, but you notice like, because she's wearing that like small dress, so she basically just describes herself. She tries to make herself the little tower on your drawing. Like everything, it's got like, the same color top, like her hair, it's the same color as her. It has all of her favorite things on it, which like she wants to put her favorite flowers on it. She wants to put a little kitten, like you guys had like a stray cat that used to run around and had a litter of kittens, and so she kind of adopted one right around towards the end, and so she wanted the little kitten outside of it, and it's just all of her favorite things as a small tower next to the bigger tower.
Yeah, and we just spend the rest of the night together after, or I guess some of the morning, together, just drawing and thinking of creative things and trying to basically normalize the situation a little bit, because this is the new normal for me now. So.
Yeah, and she's very excited to do this with you. Like, you can feel, because you guys are linked essentially it's like your body is holding her spirit on this plane. You can kind of feel her feelings, and she's laughing, and you feel just pure joy, and that's warming you up, and you feel joyful because she's joyful. It's just one begets the other, and the happier she gets, the happier you get, and so on and so forth.
Great. Perfect.
The rest of you kind of wake up. You guys see Cornelia. The pillow is like this just wet, soggy mess at this point, and her arms are just like all over the place. And despite her size, she's taking up most of the bed.
Sorry.
Yeah, and
similar to real life.
You guys, yeah. Zinger.
Except the wet, soggy part.
My roommate that I sleep next to.
You guys hear a chirping sound, like a squeaking squeal, and as you guys kind of look around for what it's coming from, you see this red furred rat run into that hole that you broke into the wall from earlier. Kind of runs up, looks at you all, sniffs, and poof, starts just his bones start readjusting. It starts growing. It starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger until poof, Daladale's standing in front of you. Oi, do I have a night to tell you all about? And that's where we're going to leave it for next week. We'll be back next week on Tuesday for more Aventide. We'll be back on Friday for some life being thrown at you. Yeah, dranks and life. Some tabletop simulator. It'll be a good time. All right.
Love it.
Thank you. We'll see you guys next week. Double hand wave. Bye.